Welcome everyone to the third round of the Scottish Virtual Drift Series. My name is Brandon and we are back, and welcome back to Luke Buttimer, my co-commentator or other commentator, the best one.
Alright, welcome back everyone. I am super pumped here for round 3 of SVDS. Look, this is a packed grid here and really exciting track. I think you guys are going to love it, but look, here's a little taste of the action to come. Here's our line video here for SVDS round 3. So there you have it. There is your line for round 3 of SVDS. As you can see, it is full commitment. You know, it wouldn't be the most challenging layouts, especially when you compare it to round 1. But look, I think when you give it a slightly more simpler layout, I think that's when you start seeing drivers really push. Now, there is a few little danger areas they were mentioning in briefing, and hopefully we'll not see our drivers caught out. But look, first up on the line is that beautiful R34 from Barna, and here we go. Let's see our first taster of the night here at SVDS round 3 qualifying. He flicks it in here now into that big long swooper outside zone 1 and back over. Not a great view here at the moment as we barely see that car transitioning back over. Let's see, back over onto the wall here now, onto that bank, and look, it may be a long layout, but it's so fast. You have so much momentum there coming all the way through that corner as we flick it back over. Let's see, back over into that final clip. And what a run there from Barna as he keeps it going. So, yeah, Barna in that beautiful livered R34 Skyline. And, yeah, just really cool driver, really cool car, and a nice run. So, obviously, we are just missing Brandon here at the moment.
I am here. I am here.
Oh, he is here.
Unfortunately,
he is here.
Oh, it's going to be a 78 for Barna Podolski there, doing a very nice job starting off the round. Unfortunately, I was meant to be part of this group, but just as I was doing my last practice run, I had an issue with my equipment. So I've been taken out of this round, but we have Nicholas Bond now coming on to the start line with that nice Vauxhall Omega as he now initiates coming around into that first corner. A bit tentative there. Not as fast as he probably hoped to be doing, but he's doing a nice job coming around into a very fast section now, getting very tight and technical as we go up onto the bank towards the outside clip, doing a very nice job, coming a bit shallow there. Ooh, as we see Ian Johnson there on the start line, coming around into the fastest part of the track here, coming around now into the final section of the track, being a bit shallow in points, but doing a nice solid run to start with.
Yeah, definitely. I think what you really hit the nail on the head there, Brandon. It was brilliant in some sections, but I think you just need to put it all together. That initiation, I think, is going to lose him a lot of marks. You know, it is an initiation that requires full commitment. You need to have the pace coming in there, and it just looked a little bit squirrely. And You can see that there as he currently is on a 66 there for his first qualifying run. Not what where he wants to be, but look, I'm sure he's going to tidy it up. So next up, we have no Seth Miller or Simon Sandman, which is a big loss there. Would really love to see Sandman especially running. But we do have Ian Johnson on the line in that beautiful S14 Sylvia. He has one in real life too that he's building, a really cool K24 powered one. So not what you usually see. Now into clip 1 and over onto 2 into that huge long sweeper of a corner now as he transitions back over for 3 and back onto 4 for the wall. As he keeps going, really nice run here so far from Ian Johnson. Full angle here as we get a little taste there of that RX-7 as we are just having some small camera issues, but it looked to be a cracking run here so far from Ian Johnson, but something must have gone wrong there. I'm not too sure. So just before we cut off, Ian unfortunately hit the wall. Not what he wants to see, but look, Ian Johnson, he's a super good driver, so I'm sure he's going to tidy it up for the next one. Next now is Eric Linkvist in that RX-7, that junk racing RX-7, and yeah, who doesn't love a good RX-7? I'm going to say it so many times, but they're such a snappy chassis, and this one is being driven absolutely excellent there as he goes into 1 and back out to 2, transitioning over now full angle here into 3 as he transitions over onto the wall. This is where we saw Ian Johnson making a mistake, or didn't see more likely, as we bring it back over to the line. So we will be getting that issue sorted, but as you can see, Eric Linkvist doing a really nice job here so far in that RX-7, and you can see this already, not huge scores dropping in because it is definitely a full commitment track, and I think it's catching a few drivers out. They're coming in underestimating it, and it's definitely catching some people out, but Eric Linkvist doing a really nice job there. So we're going to have to see where that slots him into. 70.7 currently puts him into 2nd place in qualifying. Now this is going to be a big run on your screens now. It is Darius Ostreka up onto the line in that Orta S15 Sylvia. So let's see what this man can do. He is just a monster behind the wheel, and this is going to be an absolute ripper of a lap. So let's see what he can do here at round 3 of the Scottish Virtual Drift Series. So as we just await for the lights to go, wait for our judges to be all settled, getting this guy off the line. So Ostreka, you know, he's an absolute machine behind the wheel. He is definitely one of the contenders for both the championship and especially this round. I'm sure he is going to be up there in qualifying and definitely one to watch in the battles. So let's see what Darius Ostreka can do as he leaves the line in that beautiful Orta S15. The model on this car is absolutely excellent. He brings it right up to the wall for outside zone 1 and back over for 2. Look at the pace of this car in full angle as he transitions back over. This car looks absolutely gorgeous coming around the track as he flicks it back over now to 4 onto the wall, keeping it going. The pace of this car is unreal as we look back to Barna. And look at this from Darius Ostreka in that Urta S15, back over, rubbing the wall, as that spoiler would be absolutely destroyed in real life. And across the line, what a run from Darius Ostreka. So if you want a textbook lead line, I think that's where you look. I think he could have bled a few little points off, you know, just other than that, he had the angle, everything was there. So we're going to have to see what judges think about that. Just waiting on RYZE to drop in that final score. So your eyes are not correct there. It is an 84.3 for Darius Ostreka. So he is currently 1st in qualifying. Now the man in 2nd in qualifying with a 78. It's Barna in that beautiful R34. And let's see what he can do as he leaves the line. He has to improve here because I'm not too sure will a 78 be too high up. Every driver wants to be as high as they can in qualifying because theoretically they do have an easier battle as we come out back to 2. Now look at this now from Barna. Little bit of a better view as we got last time. And back over for 3 on the wall on big angle. Look at this now. This is what we were waiting for. Barna tidying it up here in that R34, getting right out to the wall, flicking back over now. And into that final stage of the track, the big long swooper. And yeah, really nice job there from Barna. And pretty much what the judges were looking for in briefing. So we're going to have to see where that slots him in. So I think he had a nice banker lap at the start, but I think this is the one where he started to push the label a little bit. Now, next up is Nicholas Bond on the line, but first we wait for that score for Barna. So obviously this is only qualifying. The main event is tomorrow, so make sure you tune in because that's where everything starts getting a bit more exciting. That's when you get to see the door-to-door action, and it's an 81.7 dropping in for Barna. So I'm sure he'll be happy with that one. Currently slots him into 2nd place. Darius still undefeated here so far. Let's see what Nicholas Bond can do in one of the coolest cars in the grid, I think. It is a good old Vauxhall Omega. I do believe this is actually a replica of his real-life drift car as well. So I think this is an Altezza front bumper or something. As he flicks it in much more. Oh, it all goes wrong. He was going for commitment. He knew he wasn't committed enough on the initiation. Unfortunately, oh, it all went too wrong. A little bit too committed there was Nicholas Bond. So, yeah, unfortunately, not what we want to see because he's an excellent driver on his day. So it is going to be a long wait for him with a 66. I'm not too sure will that hold him, but we bring it back up to the line now with another man sitting on a 0 with it all to play for. It's Ian Johnson in that S14. Currently building one in real life, like I mentioned, with that K24 power. So let's see. Good practice for him here for the Irish Drift Championship next year as they bring it into that long super of a first corner. Ian Johnson is absolutely ripping through the track here as the Irishman as he transitions back over now for 3. Back over to 4 now. Let's see. This is where it all went wrong from the last lap, hitting the wall. And look at this now from Ian Johnson as he's making no mistakes here, and the pace of this car is unreal. Look at this. He rubs the wall in that S14 on big angle through that final corner, and a really nice run. That is bound to be a score on the board for Ian Johnson. So let's see what it drops in. Waiting on RYZE for that final score, and it's a 67. So obviously the judges with a bit keener of an eye than me. I thought it was a very exciting run, but obviously a few little mistakes starting to creep in there, bringing his score down. Now here we go with Eric Lindqvist in that RX-7, flicking it in now as we bring it nice and wide out to the first corner, dropping a wheel though through outside zone 1 and back over to 2. And ooh, kind of transitioning through the zone, which is a mistake. The judges will be marking him down there as the stream just starts to freeze up a little bit for myself as we bring it right back out to the wall. He's into the final stages of the track now, transitioning back over. Let's see, we get buried here in the smoke from that RX-7 here at Driftland as we bring it across the line on big angle. Look at that from Eric Lindqvist, currently sitting on a 70.7. I'm not too sure where he's going to sit after this. Obviously a few little mistakes, but overall he tidied himself up. So it is an improvement there. It's a 77.7. It's all the 7s there for Eric Lindqvist as we bring it back up to the line. It's the man currently in P1. Let's see, can he further settle himself in? Darius Ostreka is about to leave the line in that gorgeous Orta S15 as he flicks it in. Look at this on big angle, rubs the wall. Back over to outside zone 2. No wheel drops there. Exactly what the judges want to see as he keeps it going. Now look at this. Just gets the clip, transitions right after it. This man is absolutely dialed on this layout as he hangs the spoiler right up by the wall. And coming into that final corner here, once again, fully committed, rubbing that white line, flirting with it even. And let's see what Darius Ostreka, what score he's going to get here. And yeah, obviously Ostreka is an absolute monster behind the wheel, and I think this is going to be a big score. So let's see, waiting on that final score, and it is, if we can just bring it back over to the screen for Darius Ostreka, it is, I have it here, 87.7 for Darius Ostreka. So it is an improvement. He further settles himself into P1. So look, nice qualifying runs there from Darius Ostreka, and we are once again joined by our very own Brandon Carter.
We are back. I'm energized. I got food, I got a snack, having a great time. It looks like qualifying's doing very, very well so far. I had a couple of people saying in briefing and practice that usually the very start of qualifying tends to be the low scores, but once again, proving that they're wrong.
Oh, definitely. And by the way, Brandon, you really should have ran. I think you should have clutch jumped it in third and just went.
Nah, it's honestly.
Personally, I would have gone out for the show and hit every wall known. But anyways,
after round 2, it did knock me off my pace a bit, and recently I've been focusing more on training RYZE Akibo for Drift Masters. So I've just been, honestly, SVDS it was more of the fun at this point. So I'm not that fussed. I'm not mad. I'm actually quite impressed that I've managed to do that. So
like I said, the only man to defeat a weld is Brandon Carter in sim racing. So look, I think that deserves an award in itself. If there's a prize giving at the end of the year, you definitely have a trophy bagged anyways.
We do need a We need an award at some point for the most abusive sim driver. It's most abusive of sim equipment driver.
Yeah,
Award.
there's no abuse there to the staff. These are the most respectful gridded drivers ever, I must add.
We're on about abuse to sim equipment. But no, hopefully we can get something sorted for the next round. But it is what it is. It's a mechanical fault in the end, and just like real life, you got to take a hit on the chin.
Yeah, definitely. But what a grid so far we have for qualifying. Darius and Strike has set themselves really nicely into P1 with that 87.7, and that man looks dialed. It's scary to see how dialed he is from the start.
Oh, Darius has been absolutely smashing it. I've been doing some bits with other competitions as well, and he's been solid everywhere. So Darius just being himself once again. He seems to be wanting another season win, as he was our season 1 champion, and he seems to be hungry to get season 3, as his teammate took last season as well. So Team are hungry to take all 3 series so far.
Oh yeah, definitely. As we just wait to get these drivers ready now. And I do believe our next driver will be Cameron Mustard, because I don't think we have Marco Rourke, unfortunately. So we are just waiting for these guys to get in the lobby, get settled, and yeah, in the meantime, Brandon, do you want to give the little stream a hint of what you managed to do to your sim?
So, on my last practice run before I went into the practice oven, we were about to open the stream. I went to do one downshift going into that decel towards that last clip, and I may have pushed it a bit too hard, and the shifter plate just leaned forward, and I was thinking to myself, that don't feel right. And the shifter plate decided to just not be a shifter plate. It is what it is. I mean, I've been told I'm a bit too rough with my equipment, but what can I do? I can't change how I use it if I'm going at full commitment.
We do have Simon Sandman. Oh, hold on. We do have Simon Sandman on the grid.
We do indeed.
So he is our final driver in qualifying. I didn't think he was here, but it's a surprise. It's like Christmas Day. So let's see. Let's see what Simon can do as he leaves the line now. Getting those lights ready. So
it does seem we are having some other drivers get gridded while we...
Never mind.
Never mind.
Simon just said, no, I'm gone. You know, I'm not wasting any time here as we wait for Simon Zenman to get up. Right, little issue with our cameras. We will have this fixed. We're just experiencing some little camera issues here and there as we come on through. Let's see what he can do as he brings it right up to that infamous banked wall, which everyone knew about going the opposite direction at round 1. As we get a lovely little view of our partners up on the start line. But look at this transition, the pace of Simon Sadman as he throws it backwards here to that final corner. He could have pushed a little wider, a little earlier, I think. But anyway, really nice run from what I saw from Simon Sadman.
Oh, yes, definitely. I mean, Simon's a very known technical line driver, so he's always ready to put on a show and a good run. As we have our judges now putting in scores, as you can see on the bottom left there of our screen, which is an 82, so a very solid start from our local Magic Sandman himself, Mr. Simon. And yeah, well, very nice, very nice.
Just like that, you never have to ask for commitment from Simon, but certainly you never have to ask for commitment from this man right here, Cameron Mustard in the R32 Skyline. Look at this, the pace from Cameron from the off, and obviously an absolute weapon behind the wheel. Let's see what he can do. Transitioning back over now, 4-3 and back over to 4, up onto the wall on huge angle. Look at this as we see this from Cameron Mustard as he transitions back over into that final corner, and the pace of this car is unreal. It's one of the fastest tracks this year, I'm going to put it out and say, and I just can't wait for battles, Brandon.
Oh yeah, I mean, from when I was doing practice, that last final straight, as you're coming down off the bank, that is over 70 miles an hour on Driftland. That is quick for this track. So this is easily the fastest layout of the season, I think.
And this is going to be a big one dropping in. It's a 90 for Cameron Mustard, which slots him right into first position there. It is our first 90-point run of the night And yeah, what a way to do it. Cameron Mustard making a statement from the start.
As always, Mr. Mustard, the Scottish man himself, as we have David McKeever now representing Carbon Drift Team in that F22 Eurofighter, initiating onto the wall, kind of coming a bit shallow there, but he manages to come somewhat back onto the line, looking to flirt with that outside line there as he gets a nice bit of angle as he transitions now, coming up towards the bank, doing a very nice sector there. Coming up onto towards the wall, getting very, very quick. As you can see, the speed is increasing as he comes around off to the down section of the bank. Flying in over 70 mile an hour into that last section, riding that outside line as the judges want. Doing a very solid job coming across the line now. Very beautiful there from David McKeever.
I feel like the stream nearly doesn't do it justice to show how quick it is coming through there. Like, it takes a lot of commitment to do the speed these guys are doing coming down. And let's see, what will it be for David McKeever? I think it's going to be a nice, really nice banker lap. It's a 73.3 for David McKeever. Obviously, he has that second qualifying run to do it all, but I think that was a decent banker. But we have Anthony Taylor on the line, Brendan.
Oh yes, so this man has been doing some hard training sessions during practice. Spent a lot of time getting his wheel speed correct, and he seems to be comfortable. As you can see here, he's doing a lovely job as he comes around now into this transition coming up towards the bank. Very dialed, very concise lead and qualifying lines as always from this lovely man Anthony Taylor as he comes around now, coming off the bank, doing a very nice job in these outer clips, flicking it into that little decel as he comes around now into the last corner, doing a very solid job, almost flirting with danger there as he comes around across the line, doing a very nice job.
Yeah, definitely. One thing to add there, we nearly came to brawls last round about Anthony Taylor, arguing whether it had a Eurofighter kit or not. And I would like to set the record straight. I apologise. I did say that it had a Eurofighter kit, even though I meant to say it didn't. So, yeah, it doesn't have a Eurofighter kit. There you go.
It does.
So, it's a 78 for Anthony Taylor. So, next up is one of the most unique cars in the grid. I apologise for any eye damage as we look at the front of this car. It is Jason Cave, that Wild Monkeys driver in the T80 Supra, I think it's called.
EA80 indeed, and he has also got superior dampers, as he's been telling me on that with his amazing setup. So we'll have to see how he proves it with this run, as he does a very solid initiation. Kind of struggling to get onto the outside, but he does a nice job bringing it back around, coming around into that transition, doing a nice job. As you can probably hear, that V8 is absolutely screaming. Yes, it is a V8 in a Tesla front end Supra. It is all sorts of monstrosity, but he does a good job of handling that car around this track as he comes around now into that last section of the track, keeping it nice and deep. Could be a bit closer, but as he comes around into that final clip, does a very solid job of finishing off that run.
Yeah, for sure. I think the work that went into that car is absolutely insane. It's all those Wild Monkeys guys, they're just artists when it comes to modelling, but it's an 80.7 for Jason Cave. So yeah, I think that will definitely secure him in. And here it is. Here's a man from the real world of drifting coming into virtual. It is Charlie Hume in that 180SX coming through into outside zone 1. And Brandon, this is looking like a decent run so far. A few small little mistakes creeping in, but it's great to see another real life driver transitioning into SVDS.
Oh yeah, Charlie Hume, I've seen drive in person at Driftland at Doryfest, and he did a very nice job handling that car around. As you can see here, he is no stranger to this track, even in the sim. Doing a very solid job, proving that he can hang with the sim boys as he comes around now across the line, doing a very solid job. Obviously, he's going to be driving a S13 hatch, of course, because why wouldn't he?
He has to.
In real life. It'd be weird.
I think he just likes drifting in any form, because I know he does a bit of RC drifting as well. So pretty much, if it has drifting slapped on the tin, then you're gonna see Charlie Hume. I
mean, isn't his RC shell like a replica of his actual?
It is indeed, yeah. And by the way, there will be a lot of rows about Charlie Hume. He is after moving away from SR20, I believe. So he's after straying away from God. But here we go, Simon Sandman into that first corner. So look at this, another really committed driver, currently sitting on an 82. Let's see what he can do as he starts to push the label a little bit more. Full angle transitions. Up onto the wall here now is Simon Sandman, coming a little bit shallow. He has to tuck himself back out for outside zone 5 and back to 6 now, transitioning over onto the wall into that final corner. Look at this, rubbing the wall with that S14, and look at this from Simon Sandman. What a driver.
Wow, Luke, you definitely, I think you got surprised there with the amount of angle he pushed through there, and it kind of made you lose your head a bit there, my good friend.
It caught me out a bit.
doing an insane job, but an 85.7, so probably not as high as he was hoping to go, but obviously doing a very solid job, and he's got a very high chance to get into the top 32 tomorrow with that.
Yeah, definitely, but it's the man currently sitting in first with no worries. This man's smiling out. He's probably checking his text stuff while he's driving, but look at this now, it's Cameron Mustard. And yeah, there's no fear about Cameron, I don't think he really gets nervous at this stage. He just knows what to do.
Yep, this is definitely his home track when it comes to sim drifting. And as you can see, that car has been through many different competitions, so he knows his car inside out. And it's been tried and tested, but in real life by Matt Carr as well. Oh, look at that angle going into that last section, though. They're doing a solid job. Cameron Mustard proving why he is up there with the big boys. And if you've not seen, he did a very nice job in Virtual Drift Masters recently as well. So he is proving.
And this is going to be a big one, I can imagine.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's starting with the 32 from just one of the judges, from the looks of this. Just waiting for the rest.
Let's see. This is where it all goes a little bit quiet, and then so 2 judges in, and it's a 63. So just waiting on the final one. It's a 95.7 from Cameron Mustard. As yeah, I'm not too sure will that get him through, Brendan.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
I think it might, maybe if he's lucky now. I think he's gonna have to. It'll be a long wait now. As David McKeever comes off the line, a few small little mistakes already starting to creep in, so he has to put on a big push here into that latter half of this lap. As David McKeever gets himself right up onto the wall in that beautiful Carbon Drift Team Strom Wheels BMW. As we bring it out to 6, over to 7, and yeah, definitely looks a bit tidier here from David McKeever as he brings it right out to the white line, and he is across the line. I think a big mistake there. Big mistake into that first corner.
Did you see how much angle he put into that last clip? That was...
He had to make an impression.
That was so close to overangling. I'm surprised he kept that. Fair play.
So obviously it is... Oh. So it is a 68, I believe, for David McKeever. Changed a little bit there quickly. Yeah, 68.7 unfortunately for David McKeever. And I think that just came down to the first corner. But next up, currently sitting on a 78, Brandon, is Anthony Taylor.
Yep, so Anthony Taylor, the beautiful E92. I can't do my English today. As he comes round past that first sweeper, doing a very nice job. I think the shifter plate's broken me a bit. I didn't break it, it broke me. But Anthony doing a very nice job on this lead line so far. Doing a very solid job coming across that wall zone. Getting very close with danger into that first transition, doing a solid job, as you can see here, putting those tyres right towards that outside line. Coming across the line, Anthony Taylor doing a solid qualifying run there. Will it be enough to get higher than his previous, though, as we have the TA80 staring down that track like a hungry pug?
As you just see the flames spitting out of it, so...
Yeah, it's a
basically, he's like one of them Honda Civic drivers. He just has to keep it on limiter all the way.
Anthony Taylor, though, getting an 82.7, so a much better improvement over that first run.
So here we go, the most controversial car on the grid is Jason Cave in that Tesla-fronted V8 Toyota Supra. Could you name any more combinations that you think shouldn't work, but it does? But let's see, will the combination of this car and Driftland round 3 keep the status quo, or will he break it? Let's see. Jason Cave bringing it up to outside zone 5. And back over to 6. It's a real nice lap here so far, and this car is absolutely dialed. Everyone who gets a chance to turn a lap in it just comments how good the physics are and how well he has his car set up, and I think it's definitely showing here.
I mean, the question is, it was a beautiful run, but will superior dampers do him justice here? Will the score reflect the superior dampers, as he has been saying to me? And it is an 86.3, so a nice improvement there with a very, very nice lead qualifying line. I am not with it today.
Technically it is a lead. He is doing a lead line. But let's see Charlie Hume, the man coming from real life, as he brings it right up to the wall. Look at this full commitment from Charlie Hume. It is probably the most chaotic lap here so far of SVDS round 3. And look at this from Charlie Hume. And look, you can definitely tell it isn't being driven like an SR, because I can only imagine the clutch kicks this thing is getting. As look at this from Charlie Hume. He is fully committed, that's for sure, and the pace of it is crazy. Is it technically the most brilliant? I wouldn't argue that it is, but for excitement, I think he's gotten 10s all over the board for that one.
There was a lot of style in it, that's for sure. There was a lot of holding on for dear life and going, ah! But he did a very good job at keeping it going. I mean, with that amount of pace, that's not an easy one to do. So it looked like it was very hooked up.
From the first corner, I thought he was in the wall, so...
I think it is a 57.3 though for that run, and unfortunately it does not improve upon the 67, as it was a very scatty run, but it's very nice to have the UK legend Charlie Hume with us for this round of SVDS.
I'll tell you what, he would have gotten 100 if it had an SR.
So they are some of the scores that we have from the first group, and I think second group. Yeah, yes, it is. Unfortunately, I have a 0, but I have 100 in the heart of mentality towards my incident. I'd say I've taken it very well. But driver's doing a very nice job so far.
So it's a shame a few drivers dropping out. Obviously, I think a lot of these are yet to run, but obviously, currently sitting in first is our very own Cameron Mustard with two absolutely insane runs, both in the 90s. So what more could you ask for? But Brandon, I think we're going to take a small little break, recapture ourselves after the insane runs we just saw, and we're going to take a small little break.
Yep, so we'll see you all then.
GT Omega. Stay ahead of the game.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Show me what you got. Oh,
Is that everything you got?
last turn.
Catch me if you can.
That was great.
That was a good game.
Unlock true experience with GT Omega.
GT Omega, stay ahead of the game.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Show me what you got. Oh,
Is that everything you got?
last turn.
Catch me if you can.
That was great.
That was a good game.
Unlock true experience.
Welcome back, everyone, to round 3 of the Scottish Virtual Drift Series. We are on the craziest layout we've had, one of the fastest, and qualifying has been doing very well so far. Drivers have been absolutely shredding, as we have Marcel Studzinski from Team Escuco on the line with that black F22 with the purple accents. Beautiful car. Took me out in round 1 in the top 16, and he is a very talented driver, so I'm excited to see how he does, Luke.
Yeah, definitely. We're getting through qualifying thick and fast because, well, like you said, it's the most insane layout of the season, I'm going to argue. Just, if you looked at the last run there from Charlie Hume, you definitely agree with me, but look, here's another insane driver in Marcel Studzinski, getting some really nice results in throughout the season. And yeah, I'm excited to see what he can do. Obviously, what I love about Driftland, it's such a versatile track even. You can get so many different layouts out of it, so many different styles of driving out of it. And overall, I just think it's amazing, because this is insane how fast this track is for Driftland.
Oh yes, I mean, it is very daunting going into off the bank and down into the last section, as it's the fastest we've ever been on this.
Oh,
Marcel Studzinski just hit the cones there, struggling to get out the chicane. I think we are having a restart of that run. Unfortunately, Marcel just absolutely. I think the cones have a hate. It's a hate crime against Marcel there.
You know, I didn't think I'd be saying tonight that someone bounced off the cones, but
that is the first time I've seen that, to be fair.
those cones, for anyone that's not sure, we did pour concrete into them last night, just mainly for Marcel. We said, look, Marcel, just to make sure he knows he jumped or he hit a cone, we're going to make sure we're going to put the most amount of concrete we can. But look, he made it through this time. As we wait now that Escuco BMW, nearly said S15 there, but anyway, Marcel doing a real nice job there, coming into outside zone 2. And let's see, there's no more concrete cones for him to hit through here, but just a big concrete wall. Let's see how he can do. He's dealing real nice with this one. He knows what he's doing now. As we bring it back out to 6, over to 7. Real nice run here so far from Marcel Studzinski, as we get a real taste for how quick this layout is. Marcel doing a textbook lead run here, Brandon.
Oh yes, definitely. The best part about that run is in briefing, all the judges did say you do not have to go that close to the wall, as the A line is further away for the longer cars to do, but you don't, in the shorter chassis and cars, you do not have to get that close. So Marcel's just there to prove a point, and I love that. That is a beautiful, beautiful run there from Marcel. As we wait for the scores to come in, I think, is it going to be...
He's just flexing.
Oh yeah.
No, we still have one more score.
Oh.
It's an 83.7 for Marcel Studzinski, and I think it's one of my favourite cars on the grid. It's Michael Trabb in the E30, but not just any E30, it is indeed a touring. The best type of BMW you can get as we coming through here. Look at this. It was previously red, now has a gorgeous livery on it in that black and purple, matching a little bit with Marcel actually. As we come on through here, look at this from Michael. Mr. Trabb doing a real nice job, and this car is just, look, for style points on my end, from if the commentary was judging, this would be an 100-point run purely based on the car he's driving.
It is definitely trap time with that E30 Tory, but just almost washing a bit too wide there as he comes across the line. Lovely looking car, and it doesn't look like it's exactly slow. It looks quite gripped up, so we'll have to see how he does on his second run with that, because that is an exciting looking car.
Definitely. I know he struggled with it a little bit last round, but I think he's after, coming in with a new game plan. He's definitely looking a lot more comfortable in that E30. And hey, you looked really confident. A few small little things to clear up in the second run, but overall he can be well proud of it. And overall, I think it was going to be a really high scoring run. I just think that last zone he caught himself out a little bit, but it's a 72.7 for Michael Trabb.
Not too shabby at all, but we do have the Latvian man, Dominik Bergmanis, there in his S15, freshly made, with the Mild Monkeys team. Coming around here, as you can see, his livery is still loading, so we'll have to wait for the server to fully load that in as we transition now onto the wall. But just making contact, and unfortunately that will be a 0 for his first score. And it is going to be a point of contention now, where we do see a lot of drivers will potentially be making contact with that wall. It is a very difficult little section to get through. It's almost like threading a needle through a haystack. So we'll have to see how the rest of this goes, with Jan now coming in that Boss S14, Luke.
Yeah, the Boss S14. Let's see, will he be the boss here at round 3 qualifying? And so far he's doing a real nice job here in that S14, coming on through now to clip 3, back onto 4, onto the wall here now, not making the same mistake as the previous driver there, as Jan doing a real nice job here. Starts to turn the screw a little bit, comes on through, look at this, right up to the wall and into that final corner, flirting with the wall, and now flirting with the edge of the track, doing a real nice job here is Jan Matthias. And yeah, look, real tidy run. I think that's a great banker lap to have on the board. And let's see what will drop in for Mr. Matthias.
Definitely. Ooh, and
a very different type of car up in the line now.
Oh yes, it's a very Marmite kit, but it's 76.3 at 7, not 3. It's not a bad score to start with, as we have that. Oh, just unfortunately that 599 just not. That is a big car.
We did see the Ferraris also struggle at round 1, so unfortunately for Mr. Andreev, it is going to be a 0, but hopefully he can tidy it up. But we did see that the Ferraris did struggle at round 1. We didn't really have many at round 2, to be honest, but yeah, it's a real shame to see that happening. But next up is another monster of a driver up on the line. It is going to be Mr. Roshandi Andrea.
Now this is a man that's wanting to go hard, representing Karma Ham Racing in the replica RX-8 from FD. This man has been absolutely on it in practice, and he is looking to go big as he initiates, doing a very nice job so far on that outside line. As he comes around, doing a solid job as he transitions now, coming up to the bank. Will he get into the wall? Yes, he will. Not too close, not too heavy, not too far away. Doing a very nice job there on that outside zone, doing a solid job, getting very close to the wall there as he comes off the bank. Transitioning now into the last section of the track, doing a solid wide line, making it very safe in a sense, but also very risky. He's in some places could be a bit deeper, but in some places he is as deep as you can get, and I think that's going to reflect well in the score.
Yeah, definitely. It's all about having a good banker lap, to be honest, and I think that's showing as we just wait for that final score to drop in. It's a 76.3. I think he would have preferred it to be a little bit higher. It's a 77.3, sorry. for Roshandi Andrea, the Kyle Mohan sponsored driver. But we bring it back up now. It's the man who doesn't like those bollards whatsoever. It's an 83.7 for Marcel Studzinski. Let's see, can he better as he brings it right up to the wall? Let's see, Brendan, what can he do in that gorgeous BMW?
Well, I don't know, because it's down to the imagination of the driver, really, at this point, because Marcel could make it happen no matter what. So it's down to him how he wants to do it, but he is doing a solid line so far as he comes around into the down section of the bank, just keeping it nice and deep as he comes across the wall, dragging that bumper across Driftland's famous checkered wall as he comes across the line, doing a solid line. Beautiful work there, very big angle, very nice consistency and smoothness in that said angle, and just, I mean, look at that, that's a 30. It's looking good, it's looking very good, and it is a 90 for Marcel Studzinski, proving that he is here to go hard and he does not want to go home. But now it is trap time once again.
Oh, definitely. By the way, Marcel currently in P2 with that 90, so well up there. But now, like you said, it's trap time in that gorgeous touring E30 BMW, my favourite car in the grid. I'm going to put it out there. And let's see what he can do. Look at this from Michael Trabb as he throws on big angle. It's the weirdest car ever to see putting on big angle. You wouldn't expect it. And it's weird, from those camera angles, it makes the E30 look like a tiny car. But what a car it is. It's definitely doing all the right things for me here at the moment as we bring it right up to that final zone. Look at this from Michael Trabb. And yeah, he's definitely putting on a show. I think maybe a few little wheel drops here and there, but overall, a really nice run. And it was definitely exciting there from Michael Trabb.
Oh yes, beautiful looking car, beautiful looking run. Could have been a bit deeper coming off the wall there, but that's me nitpicking, so we'll have to see what the judges give him, as it is currently a 48 with one more judge having to go and put a score down. And it is a 69.3, so a nice score there. Probably not as high as he wanted it to be, not an improvement from his previous run, but a good solid performance there, going above the 50. So we'll have to see how that goes and reflects in when the drop zone appears. And now we have Dominic Bergmanis in that Wild Monkeys S15 once again, sitting on the 0 unfortunately, but he is hungry to do better this round.
Yeah, definitely this is a driver that has to improve here, Brandon, as he leaves the line. Delivery's only loading, so we're going to have to wait for that one to come on through. Potentially the crowd strike also affecting this man's livery, as we see coming up through into 3, back out to 4 on big angle. Look at this now from Bergmanis, as doing a real nice job here, Brandon, so far.
Yes, definitely making sure he does not get too close to that wall as he comes around now into that final section. But nice angle as he gets close to the wall there, coming around into that last section, coming across that final clip, doing a nice finish to that run. So a much better run than the previous. I mean, I don't know how, I think anything could have been better than the previous. So putting a score on the board there, and it is looking decent. He did a nice solid job there, and we'll have to see what the judges think, as it is going to be a 74, it looks like.
74. Yeah, 74 there for Dominic Bergman. That's what you see when he's under pressure, you know. Could have been a little bit better, but he had to get a score on the board, so I think he played a little bit safe there. But let's see. Currently sitting on a 76.7. I'm not sure will he improve already based on that first section of track there, Brendan, dropping a few wheels.
Yep, that S14 boss is doing bits, but look how much angle he dialed on there. Almost over angling. As you can see, it does punish him by going shallow onto that outside zone, but he manages to bring it back, doing a nice job on recovering the rest of this run as he comes round now into this last outside little section here. Doing a nice job cleaning it up, but just unfortunately going into the bank, putting on a bit too much angle there, which will not help his score at all. As you can see there, it's which is, I think, are we waiting on one last bit?
We are waiting on RYZE again. It's the thing of the season, really.
And it's a 55.7, so unfortunately that does reflect as he went too shallow, but we have that F 599XX. I almost forgot the name of it, and he does a nice job flicking onto from the wall there as he comes around now, doing a solid job with that big car with the drift track stickers on the side. Big shout out to him, doing a solid job as he comes around onto the wall on the bank, in very deep. As you can see, halfway in the middle of the car, you can see the zone as he now transitions into the final section, getting close to the wall but not hitting it. Doing a nice job finishing it off there.
It's great to see the Ferrari actually get a lap down from Grigori, and yeah, that was actually a really nice run. It definitely showed what he's capable of. Obviously, he was sitting on a 0, so with it all to play for, and I think he might have answered it here, and it's looking like a pretty nice score. It's an 80.3 from Grigori. So yeah, I'm sure he's going to be happy with that one as we get Roshandi Andrea up on the line. That Kyle Mohan FD sponsored RX8, and yeah, really cool car, such a high quality model car as well. You know, there's a lot of work on it, gone into it, as we see Roshandi coming on through now into outside zone 2 on big angle as he transitions back over. Definitely one of the more uncommon chassis here worldwide in real life and drifting, and certainly here at SVDS, as we bring it on through now to that final section, right up onto the wall, transitioning back over now into that final corner. Let's see how committed he'll be. All the commitment there from Roshandi, as yeah, doing a real nice job as he crosses the line there, Brandon.
Doing a very nice job there, representing Mohan Racing once again with his teammate William Holloway. Not sure if he's here for this round, but we'll have to see. Doing a very nice job there in that RX8. It is a very fun car to drive. I've had a little go at it, and it is, it likes to throw shapes, that's for sure. It throws a big angle everywhere, as the RX8s are a very snappy chassis. Similar to its well, I would say big brother, because
Older brother, yeah.
The older brother, the MX-5, taking a lot of characteristics from that, but just looking a bit bigger. And we obviously with the 13B as well, but this one does have a 3-rotor 20B instead. Do we have a score for? I don't think I managed to see that second score, and
it is an 84.7 for Roshandi Andrea.
There
so
we go.
definitely improving from the 77.3 he was on. So doing a real nice job, and I'm not too sure, is this the end of the group? So we're just getting the second half of this group in, and we'll be bringing it right back up to the line for some more action. And yeah, Brendan, what do you think of qualifying here so far at SVDS Round 3?
It is going to be a very competitive qualifying session today. I mean, so far, it is looking crazy. Some upsets and some wins. So we'll have to see how the rest of the grid deals with this layout. And it, as the bank is throwing a couple of people off, as a lot of the grid is, we seem to have mixed, almost half and half opinions about the bank. A lot of them don't like it, but a lot of them love it. I'm personally one that actually loves the bank, and it's nice to see something a bit different on Driftland.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's so surprising to see how much pace you can actually get here at Driftland, depending on the layout. And I think it's great to see a variety, you know, it suits so many different style of cars, so many different style of drivers, and I think that's what a championship really needs. You need a bit of everything, and that really picks out the best driver.
Oh yes, it is a battle. It is survival of the fittest, essentially, for this.
Yeah, definitely, as currently sitting in P1 is Matt Carter after that insane set of runs, and look, basically just gave him a layout and he said, yeah, okay. Okay, I'll do that. And you were like, what do you mean I'll do that? It's like, yeah, I'll do that. And he just came out with a 95, thought nothing of it, you know. Yeah, that's him sorted.
Oh yes, I'm just dealing with. I've just had a bunch of messages asking how the heck I've managed to do what I've done to my rig. It's like I feel like a celebrity right now.
Well, if you want to feel like a celebrity there for breaking something, there's. So, we have another Ferrari up on the line. So I do believe this is Rasmus Maelstrom in the Ferrari.
Yet another one. We got a lot of exotic cars in this season.
The Italian Stallions are out in their waves here, as look at this one with a massive airbox out the bonnet. So if anyone has seen my virtual car, I do like me a good airbox, but let's see what he can do in this Ferrari. I think, Brendan, it's a 599, is it?
Yes, so this one is the normal 599, not the XX, as the so the 599XX does have that big GT kit, as you can see on it, whereas this one is a bit more of a standard body.
Doing a real nice job here, though.
Yeah, oh yeah, beautiful work there, handling a very big car, very heavy car as well, on such a tight, nimble track.
Yeah, it's great to see once again variety of car, and I know these cars 599s did actually struggle a lot there at round 1, so it's great to see them actually getting a good score on the board, getting real comfortable with the layout, as we have slightly more common of a car up on the line, but very cool nonetheless.
Oh yes, Vadim in that I think it's another F22, and he took me out last round, and I have a score to settle with this man. I really do.
By the way, if you do happen to battle Brendan any stage, he will mark you down and he'll never forget your name. He will. There's no forgetting it.
Oh yes, I essentially put you on a drifting hit list, essentially. But Vadim hitting that F22 with a lot of talent. This man has competed in many different competitions as he comes around and does a very nice first sector here as he transitions now, coming towards the bank. Doing a solid job so far. Making it look very smooth, getting very close to the wall there. As you can see, those brake lights were shining against the wall as he went onto the bank. Coming down now, transitioning for the last 2 times. Doing a very big flick and getting close to the wall there. Almost, well, if this was real life, he wouldn't have a back end, that's for sure. So, very nice work there from Vadim.
Yeah, definitely. Vadim doing a real nice job there as we just wait for a score to drop in. And I'm expecting a pretty big one. It's 28 and only 1 score in. It's 56, and it is an 81.7 there for Vadim Abramov. And yeah, once again, real nice job in that F22. So we have an S chassis up on the line. Once I said this last round, it's all BMWs and all S chassis.
Well, it is mixing up a bit, but Jaden is one of the newest members of the Carmo Ham Racing Sim team, along with Rashandi. And he is in a rotary, I do believe, in that S14, which is very interesting.
It's very on brand for Kyle Mohan race.
Oh, yes. I mean, I rate it. I like it. But as you can see here, the car is doing a very solid job with the nimble abilities of an S chassis and the very torquey. Well, I'll say torquey. Well, very torquey. I can't remember, but he did a very nice run there.
They're basically a 2-stroke, so they're not mad torquey, but you just have that response, don't you? Once you keep it up in the high revs, then you're sweet. But definitely one of the most stylish cars in the grid just because it's rotary, but it's a 74.7 for Jaden. So look, real nice job as we bring it back up to Rasmus.
Yes, indeed. That's 599 getting ready to throw down once again. Very evil looking car, to be fair, as he comes around off the wall. Could be a bit deeper there going into that outside sector as he does wait for a bit there. Coming around into that outside clip, but doing a nice job keeping the run going. Almost tapping the wall there. As you can see, it did slightly off-put his angle. He comes around now off the bank, doing a very solid job though, finishing up the run towards the last section, but all just dropping and flirts with danger, but holds it very nicely there. And it is 1 wheel off, so we'll have to see what the judges think of that.
Yeah, I think he's currently sitting on a 0, so I think with it all to play for, and I think it's going to be a long wait for him at the end of the day.
And it is a 60.7, so a score on the board, but obviously it's probably not where he wanted to be. But Vadim is back on the line in that F22. Almost an urban camouflage kind of livery in some sense. Very, very modern.
Yeah, definitely, and I think this car just looked like that. He said it's like camouflage. It doesn't really, you know, it sneaks up in you when it gets up to line. Then the moment he lets out that clutch, it's so aggressive, and I think it's really cool to see.
Oh yeah, that is no slouch of a car in any form. But look at that, dragging the back bumper across that wall once again, just absolutely almost destroying the car. Doing a very nice job there.
Yeah, definitely. So Vadim doing a real nice job, and I think this is going to be a big run already. It's a 30.7, and there's 1 score in. So let's see what he can do.
Oh yeah, massive run there.
Judges just deliberating over it. It's a 58 so far. Let's see what Ahara thinks about it. It's an 86.3 there for Vadim.
Yes, indeed. He did a very nice job there, making an improvement on the run. We do have Jaden back from KMR 99 in that very nice S14. I am starting to get a soft spot for these cars as he does a nice initiation, keeping it nice and wide. As we come around now into that outside clip, doing a solid job as he transitions with a bit of lag there, but nothing too major. Coming up onto the bank, doing a solid job with that rotary screaming, absolute screaming as it now transitions. Coming off the bank, doing a solid job. Beautiful, beautiful work there as he comes across and nice on that outside line there. Delaying the danger. Comes across the line and finishes it up. Very nice. Very, very nice work there as the scores start pouring in. As we do have Rashandi in the chat cheering him on. As are we waiting on one more score? And it is an 81.3, so a nice improvement there, putting him heavily in a big chance to get into the top 32. Beautiful, beautiful work. So that is the end of that set of groups. So we will be moving to a short ad break as we get our next set of drivers to the grid and into the server. So we'll see you shortly.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Show me what you got. Oh,
Is that everything you got?
last turn.
Catch me if you can.
That was great.
That was a good game.
Unlock true experience with GT Omega.
GT Omega. Stay ahead of the game.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Show me what you got. Oh,
Is that everything you got?
last turn.
Catch me if you can.
That was great.
That was a good game.
Unlock true experience with GT Omega.
GT Omega, stay ahead of the game.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Show me what you got. Oh,
Is that everything you got?
last turn.
Catch me if you can.
That was great.
That was a good game.
Unlock true experience with GT Omega.
GT Omega, stay ahead of the game.
Creo que estoy haciendo.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Show me what you got. Oh,
Is that everything you got?
last turn.
Catch me if you can.
That was great.
That was a good game.
Unlock true experience with GT Omega.
GT Omega, stay ahead of the game.
Creo que estoy haciendo.
And you are very welcome to SVDS Round 3 qualifying here, and it has been a really exciting one so far. It is still the man himself, Cameron Mustard, in P1. And yeah, what a qualifying session we've had so far. I'm joined by the very own Brendan Carter. And Brendan, what do you think of qualifying here so far?
Very good. Gutted that I couldn't make it for myself, but hey,
Well,
ho,
you
we're
could make it. It's just your sim said no.
No, well, I said no as well. I could have gone in, could have slapped it into gear and kept going, but nah. I don't mind sitting back and commentating, watching these guys absolutely shred. As we have Nicholas on the line there with that R32 looking very nice there, Luke.
R33.
Oh,
As
yeah.
we flick it up here into the first corner. And Nigel still doing a real nice job here so far. Into outside zone 2. Full commitment here. And I think he's setting a real nice banker lap for himself as he brings it out to 4. Now onto 5. Oh, a little bit of a interesting one on the wall as we went to that wide camera. And so I'm not too sure what went on there. And oh, contact with the wall. So unfortunately, that will be a 0 for Nicholas. And not what you really want to see.
I can't believe I called it an R32. You know what? I've got R32s on my mind at the moment. It's Cameron Mustard's fault. That amazing run that he did. I blame him.
It's basically an R32, just a little bit roundier, a bit more new, you know.
Yeah, a bit more modern.
We'll cover you, don't worry. As it's Nickel up on the line with that BMW, flicking it in here now into the first outside zone, dropping a few wheels though, shaving off a few points as he brings it out very shallow into zone 2, just barely dropping a wheel up into it. And yeah, it's not a perfect run at all here. Normally we see him pretty comfortable, and unfortunately it's not going Nickel's way whatsoever here.
It is not, but it's cleaning it up decently. The final half of this, the final section of this track is looking decent with a nice bit of angle coming across the line there, but just a bit too scatty there for this first part of the run.
Yeah, definitely. And ooh, I quite like what's up on the line now as we wait for a score to drop up in, and we'll have to see what it is for Nickel.
It's a 47.
We're still waiting on a score. We're still waiting on one more score. And can you guess which judge it is?
Ah, of course it's RYZE.
It's RYZE. He sent him. Anyway, we're going to move it on. It's David Hunter in the coolest car. I thought it was going to be the previous estate BMW, but no. Here we go. David Hunter is in the best chassis of all time, the E36 chassis. And it is a touring, once again, the most stylish E36 that you can get. I'm a big E36 guy, Brandon.
Definitely not a biased opinion there from you, Mr. Luke, but all just making contact with the wall multiple times. It's a game of ping pong with that E36. You were saying?
Listen.
I think you jinxed him.
Maybe it's the touring. It's after messing up the balance there, you know, it's... Look, it's no fault of David Hunter's. It's just that maybe the kids were, you know, were in the back there in the touring, you know, they were causing a bit of ruckus. He had to turn around and said, hey, we're going to stop this run now. All right, you haven't behaved yourselves, or I'm turning myself around. So, David Hunter, unfortunately, getting it all wrong there. Hopefully, he can tidy himself up for the second one. Now, here we go. It's our first of our racing team Riga guys up onto the line. It's going to be Mr. Armand Vestmanis.
Armand's doing a very nice job so far in the season. A very heavy hitter so far, and he is a very talented driver overall. So, doing a very nice job for RT Riga. As we have that E92 now getting ready to come off the line as he comes around into that straight, kind of keeping it nice and tentative and not too quick as he comes onto that initiation, coming very shallow though, as you do need a bit of speed to get deep there, but he manages to pull it back into that wide line, doing a nice job so far, recovering the run as he comes around now onto the bank, doing a solid job and across that outside zone, doing a solid job, as I'm going to keep saying.
Nice job here, Brandon.
Hello there. You kind of shot me there, Luke. As he finishes,
I am still here, just reminding you.
He finishes up the run very nice there. Just a bit too hesitant on the start as we have another RT. No, it's just Armand again. He's just cloned himself. But he gets an 82.7 there for his first run, so very nice start. But it is Yanis, another RT Riga driver in another E92 in the same livery.
Yeah, just here's our man slowing up on the line. So, look, he thought that 82.7 was good, but he was like, listen, I want 4 qualifying runs. I'm just going to clone myself. I'm going to call him Yanis, and yeah, I'm going to send him out there. So, let's see, what can the clone do? Or potentially, will he better the original? So, let's see. Our man's 2, Yanis Sidra, up on the line in that Racing Team Riga E92 BMW Eurofighter. And look, this is the most on-brand car for a team of this name, you know. Bunch of Riga Latvian boys, and they're all driving the HGK cars, and what a dominant chassis these cars have proven to be, especially in real life. But look at this now from Yanis, doing a real nice job in that RT Riga
You're missing out.
E92 beam. Yeah, listen, at least actually, yeah, fair. At least Skyline was on the track when you called it an R32. But look, but anyway, Yanna's doing a real nice job here so far. As look, just the amount of cloning going on from RT Riga is just catching me out a little bit. You know, they've figured out cloning. It is real. I think they're going to figure out time travel next. That's their next big project, as well as running a comp themselves. So yeah, not a bad run. I think judges might have found something wrong with that one though, because it is a 0 up on the line.
It's unfortunate.
Oh no! Wait.
I think our judges are just trying to deliberate.
I'm trying to figure out, or was that Edgar's that time driving? Because there is a score in for Edgar's Les Manos.
I think they're from the wrong side.
Okay, so it is Edgar's Les Manos up on the line.
So it was Mr. RT Riga himself, the owner of RT Riga, Edgar's Las Manos, who did get that score.
So it is 75 for Edgar's, but next up is not a Racing Team Riga driver. It is Luis Sonata in that beautiful Silvia as he storms his way up through the track, and I'm not too sure. Has he had a different livery every round so far?
No, this is the same livery. This is the same livery as what he had last round. As if you've seen the after movie, this is the exact same one.
Looks very dark, Pimby. It's just he's the dark horse here. I know he had the amazing swamp livery here at round 1, the green one. But yeah, definitely really cool looking car.
I think he just decided he wanted to be a more cosmic being with that new livery.
Yeah, definitely went from being a swamp monster to the cosmic being, like you said. But look, real nice run there. It's an 83 for Luis Sonata, and let's see what can Kieran Bond do, Brandon.
I don't know. We'll have to see in that A80 Super with the exposed engine bay. Doing a nice job so far with a very clean OEM looking A80 Super there. Almost got an A90 as he transitions now, coming up towards the bank with a very, very fast run here. Mr. Bondi doing a solid job. Comes down across the down section of the bank very fast as he comes around on towards that wall. Look at the tap he puts onto the wall there with a nice big bit of angle coming across the line.
Yeah, definitely awesome run there from Bondi in that Toyota Supra. I think we did say this last round as well, but he could take this right off track. Maybe not now after flirting with the wall. I think the back bumper would be in bits in real life, but I know that he could enter that into a car show. It's so clean looking and really cool looking car as we wait for a score to drop in. And Brendan, I did notice you do like going one generation newer. Nearly called this one an A90, and now up on the line it's the R32+1.
Yeah, I mean, I may as well just call it an R34 at this point.
And then after that, if he makes it through the battles, it'll be a case of R35. And then we'll be overtaking Nissan themselves by calling it an R36.
We've just announced the new generation. Sorry, Nissan.
It is just the R33 again. And specifically in this livery and that body kit, you know, it's going to be called the Nicholas Edition.
Oh yes, I think we're just waiting on the rest of the score for Kieran Bond there.
It's Ahara and RYZE just waiting. Like, we expected this from RYZE, but Alex, come on. Oh no, he did get a score in, and it's identical from both of them. And overall, it is a 70.7 there for Kieran Bond in the really clean Toyota Supra. Now it's the rival up on the line of the Supra. It is the Nissan Skyline. So let's see what will Nicholas do as he leaves the line. As he clunks it into gear, sets himself off now, and let's see what he can do. Smoking right off the bat. Let's see. Big initiation here. I think a bit of lag creeping in there. You can see getting a little bit choppy, but getting himself now out to outer 2. Real smooth line. Gets himself really involved there in the outer 2. Back out to 3 and over to the wall up on that infamous bank. And let's see, not catching out as many drivers, still catching out a few, but definitely a lot cleaner. Obviously, he is currently sitting on a 0, so he had to make a big impression this year. Getting right up by the wall and back out to that white line into that final corner. Doing a real nice job is Mr. Neustral.
Doing a very solid job there. Putting on a good impression with that R33, not the R32, R33. Very nice work there with a nice 74, so a crisp score there. Hopefully we'll see him into top 32.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, you do love to see a Skyline on the grid. Just really cool cars. And we do have another man with a score on the board. It is a 70.3. Let's see what can Nickel do in that BMW. And yeah, really subtle livery, but I think it really works. And he's doing a real nice job representing himself here so far. Looking like a lot cleaner of a lap than the last one there, Brendan.
Oh yes, he's doing a very nice job as he comes around off towards the end of the bank, keeping it nice and wide on those outer clips, doing a solid job coming towards the wall, keeping it nice and tidy onto that outside white line as he comes across the line. Doing a very good job there.
Yeah, definitely just waiting for the scores to drop in as I just look at the beauty up on the line. Obviously, look, maybe it didn't go his way in the last run, but I think this is the one. This is the one where the E36 will take over, as seems that judges have copped onto something that we didn't quite get there. So it is actually a 0 in the second run. So so failure to initiate there from Nickel. Let's see, David Hunter currently sitting on a 0, unfortunately. The Scottish driver, let's see what he can do in that E36 touring. As, yeah, just not really going right. He doesn't look very comfortable here, Brandon. And shame to see, really. He's getting himself nicely into the zones here. Maybe he's starting to tidy himself up a bit on big angle here. That car looks loose.
Just not having the best of times with those walls today, unfortunately. And
well, if you look at the amount of car he has behind him.
yeah, it's unluckily we won't be seeing him to the top 32. But hopefully he'll be.
My advice would be cut out the top bit, make it just a bog 4-door, and then you'll be getting 100-point runs, no problem. But anyway, it is our man's Vestmanis up on the line in that Racing Team Riga car, storming his way now through those outside zones and right up onto the wall. Let's see, Brandon. You are obviously very, very friendly with all these guys, and I think it's great to see these guys, you know, supporting SVDS, driving and putting on a show for all of us here tonight.
Oh yes, the guys at RTV are always down for a challenge, and as you can see here, Van's Vestman is doing a solid job and rising up to that challenge and putting on a good line.
Yeah, definitely, and I think it's really exciting because I know, I'm not too sure which of these guys, but I know one of them is slightly new. He's a newcomer to the VDC physics, especially in competition, and he's actually really suiting it. Obviously, we are using the slightly older VDC 3.0 physics. Obviously, the VDC 4.0 decided to come out right in the middle of our season, so look, we're not changing in the middle of the season. But let's see, Brandon, what can the team owner of Racing Team Riga do?
Oh, we'll have to see, as this man has not had many chances to compete recently. So it's nice to see him in the seat and actually getting some time in to compete. As you can see, he's doing a nice job. Keeping it nice and wide there, coming up onto the bank, going very deep. Look at that. Doing a solid job as he comes around now, coming off the bank. Transitioning now for the last time. Oh, big angle, and manages to hold it, but he might reflect poorly in his score there, as it could, as the judges have been saying in the briefing, you don't want to be doing something that will impede the chase when it comes to battles. Yeah,
definitely. Just decided to throw on big angle. You know, he hit the lock stops, just having fun. Really showing off there in that last one. So we're going to have to see what score is going to be dropping in. And it is a 0, it looks like, there for Edgars. So really unfortunate to see. He has that 75 banker lap though, so hopefully that will see the Racing Team Riga driver through. But Brandon, it is Lewis Zanata leaving the line here.
And with a very interesting livery on that car indeed, but a beautiful S50 nevertheless, doing a nice job as he comes around now into the first set of transitions. Coming up onto that bank, very fast, a very fast pace run so far from Lewis Zanata, as he does an amazing job. We're getting very close to the wall there as he transitions now for the last time. Very, very fast run as he comes around now into the last part of the track and comes across the line. That is a pacey run, and that's got a lot of impact. So that might be very good for the score.
Yeah, we're going to have to see, will it be an improvement there from his 83, but will not at 74.7 for Lewis Zanata. So let's see, it's Bondi up onto the line, currently sitting on a 70.7, and he's decided to put the bonnet on. He was having overheating issues in the first one. Now he said, look, it's fine, I'm going to run the full every panel, or else he got told off. You know, you need to run your bonnet. It's maximum style points then. So let's see, Brandon, what can Mr. Bondi do as he is storming through the track at the moment?
Well, Kieran Bondi is always ready to go, and that Supra is very, very dialed in, as you can see here, as it the bank doesn't even phase him as he comes very deep, coming there, just potentially taking a wheel off track, but doing a solid job coming around off the line. That was a very crazy last little section there.
Yeah, definitely. So, Bondi not doing a bad job there. It's a 75.7, so it is an improvement, but we do believe that group finished up, so we're going to get the rest of the drivers finished up, but I do believe we have the small matter of the championship points and what is at stake if you do decide, being really good and winning championship.
Yes, so we've had a very kind donation from our lovely sponsor, GT Omega, for first place. They have donated a GT Omega ART simulator cockpit, which is very, very nice, for £150 for the series winner as well. Second place gets another £150, but they get the GT Omega Pro Series Gen 2 chair, and I do say they are very comfy. I've got one downstairs, my brother has one. They're very nice. I do recommend getting them. And a very lucky second place winner there, and third gets £150 cash, and then Hard Charger gets £50. So very nice prizes up for grabs. So if you want GT Omega goodies, now's your time, and you've got to work hard. This is the last 2 rounds, and we only have 4 rounds this season, so it's anyone's game. So,
and obviously, just to mention there, if you are up out of the championship, or maybe not competing, you're just here as a spectator, you can obviously head over to GT Omega's website and get all their goodies. But here is the current championship standing. It's Darius is striking the Urta car, looking to make it a second championship with 149 points. Then Danique Joseph with 111 points. Then the Irishman himself, a good buddy of mine, Owen Magner from Falvey M Sport, with 108 points. And then the other Urta car also looking to make it a second championship win is Ernesto C. Kublitz, but I'm not too sure how that one's going to look, because I do believe he is not actually here at this round.
ooh, that's a good point, actually. So it could be a big upset, potentially. I'm just going to...
And Owen Magner also here, also not here, so only 2 of the drivers in the top 4 are actually making round 3, so
that is
big upsets.
That is
Now
very
is-
interesting.
Now is your chance. If you are a driver, get up there. This is your chance if you can, potentially nick yourself a few points from these guys. And like I mentioned there from GT Omega, if you do happen to be based in the United Kingdom as well, you can also pick up some Moza goodies courtesy from GT Omega, as they are a UK supplier. So look,
Yes.
make
Yes,
sure to
indeed.
support the guys that make all as possible at SVDS.
Definitely, and I do say I am running pretty much nearly the entire Moza ecosystem as well, so I definitely recommend going to GT Omega for that, as I can't recommend their products enough. So far I've had no issues, and I mean, I'm running an ART cockpit myself, and this thing's been running since before 2015 from my memory, so it has been going very solid, and the seats are comfy. Can't get a better performing cockpit for the price.
Definitely, and even everything down small with GT Omega, down to even like a Moza handbrake, just top of the game. So
Yep.
nothing but perfection. And obviously, big thanks to all of our other sponsors as well, which you can see down at the bottom right hand side of your screen. They all provide a huge amount of help to SVDS, keeping that show rolling, and we really appreciate them for it. And I do believe it is another Carbon Drift Team car up on the line.
Yes, so is Pavel in that S15 Carbon Drift team coming in strong this season with a bunch of drivers. As we know, one of them is the car, as we've been calling it. As you can see there, we have the GR86 as well. Another beautiful car. I do have a little soft spot for the GR. As our stream manager Blackout gets excited with the view that he is seeing right now.
He's just shaking his head. He's like, oh my god, that car is absolutely gorgeous. Look at the Strom wheels.
Oh yes, and if you did not know, CDT or Carbon Drift Team they are the people if you want to get virtual Stroms. So make sure to keep an eye out for that, as there is going to be exciting news coming soon from them as well. So keep an eye out on their socials.
Definitely. And if you're a fan of worldwide drifting in any way, shape or form, make sure to head over to their Gumroad, because, well, look, if you want the most high quality replica of any car you can think of, then more than likely the boys over at Carbon Drift Team have you sorted. So
Yes.
let's see what these guys can do in qualifying, Brendan.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. We are waiting for a couple of drivers to get gridded, so we're just going to sit here and just chat and see how
We're going to
you-
enjoy the views from Driftland.
Yes, how are you finding everything so far, Luke? And also, if you've not seen, Luke has been getting some new sponsorships for real life through Mishimoto and everything. So he has been doing very well IRL, and congratulations to you.
Thank you very much. Look, obviously, if you don't know me, my name is Luke Buttermer. You can check me out at LukeButtermer443 on Instagram and keep up with all the happenings, and make sure to check out my man Brandon Carter as well. Yeah, I'm just loving it. I'm loving SVDS. It's a great time commentating, and just really, really appreciating looking in and trying to give my 2 cents about everything. By the way, I do see the car lining up.
Yeah,
I do see the infamous car on the grid. And the man who is probably the most tired in the world at the moment in that Cusco S13. Not very jealous of him at the moment, to be honest. It is indeed the man himself, Brendan Stacey.
Yes, it is. I think it's like 4, 5 a.m. for him? Probably even earlier. It is crazy. Like, I don't even know what time it is for him, but I do not.
He's one of the only drivers that I don't actually want to see progress, because I want the man to get some sleep. I just want... He needs that beauty sleep. Genuinely, it's a commitment to do SVDS, and I think it's great.
He's beautiful as he is. But we do have in that S15 initiating now. Oh, but hitting.
Oh!
Oh, and he instantly had that trigger finger to go back to pit.
Yeah, really unfortunate.
Very unfortunate start, but we do luckily have a redemption attempt for CDT with Taha. I can never figure out this name. I'm so sorry if I butchered it.
Menymes. There you go. You wouldn't think.
I'm
The
not,
Irish guy coming in. It's the Irish guy coming in, tell you.
these names are terrifying.
So here we go, Tella in the GR86. Let's see, what can he do as he comes in through. Oh, that rhymed. In the GR86, doing a real nice job here so far. Bringing back a bit of redemption here for CDT after his teammate unfortunately tried to meet Neil Dawson there in the pits. As we come on through, up onto the wall here. Look, if you've watched any bit of Driftmasters, you've probably heard Dave Egan talking about it, but you need to be fully committed in one of these GR chassis or GT86 chassis, because look, if you look where the back wheels are, it's basically right beside the bumper, so you have to be deep into those zones. And I think Tella not doing a bad job there as we wait for that score to drop in, and it's the Aussie coming up onto the line. And it's an 80.3 for Tala, so real nice job there in his first qualifying run. And next up is Brendan Stacey, and Brendan, what are you talking about?
What are you doing? Well, as you can see, the PS13 is a beautiful looking car. He has been saying that he is really tempted to go back to an S15, so we'll have to see how well he does with the PS and see if he keeps it. And as you can see, so far doing a not bad job. The Australian internet is really pushing overtime right now as he comes around onto the bank, doing a very nice job. Kind of shallow on the angle, but very fast and fluent as he comes around now into that last transition, doing a solid job coming onto that wall, keeping it nice and wide and smooth as he comes across the line and does a beautiful job.
You know, I think he just enters SVDS whenever he has insomnia. He's like, oh, you know, I'm going to schedule my insomnia. I'm not going to be able to sleep that weekend anyway. I'm just going to do SVDS. And look, we all say that, you know, he needs some sleep, but I don't think he does, because he keeps progressing himself further and further in, and he's such a committed driver and he's so consistent. So, yeah, real nice to see an Aussie, an Australian up on the grid in a really cool car. And it's an 80 dead for Brendan Stacey. And here we go, it's the most infamous car in the grid. We've tried to kill it, we've tried to get it away, but it always keeps coming back. It's the car. It's Omar up off the line from Carbon Drift Team. Let's see, Brendan, what can he do?
Omar is one of the owners of Carbon Drift Team as well, might I add, and he's a very talented modeler and talented driver as well. He puts a lot of commitment and training in, and as you can see, it is starting to pay off with this run as he does a very nice outside zone as he comes around down the down section of the bank. very bouncy looking setup he's got going there, as he does do a bit of handbrake drag to try and settle the car back into that wide line and comes across the line. So definitely not the cleanest run he could have done, but he definitely did a great job of holding it together, and could be a good score for definite.
Certainly he was committed anyway, and by the way, like you said, he's a really good modder, and he modelled that car all by himself. That car is one of one just for him, and let's see what can Michael do now in the line in another GT86 or GT86, little brother or the older brother of the GR86, that Iskuko car. And like we mentioned there, Brandon, you have to be fully committed in one of these cars in order to make zones, get up on walls, everything.
Yep, indeed, and especially just in there, the short car.
Right there.
Yep, just too many beans, and he just slightly caught the wall. With especially with the GT platform and GR platform, they are very short, so it can be quite daunting to find where your spacing is. As we have Michael now in that S15, similar to Pavel, as he initiates now onto the outside line, almost overcooking it there. Oh no, sorry, it is Pavel in for his second run, as so he is back to redeem the first as he makes it through the first half of the course, doing a nice job so far. Almost overcooking at the start, but manages to keep holding it on as he comes down the bank now, doing a solid job in the transitions, keeping it nice and smooth, coming onto that outside line, but dropping 2 wheels off track, and I think that could potentially zero his run there. Getting a bit too dangerous and flirting with that outside line.
Well, look, he's definitely committed, and I think that's all we really need. Never mind the scores, you know, once the driver's committed and they're, you know, trying their hardest, I think there's a lot to be said for that as well. So we have Tala off the line, Mr. Semenimez in that GR86. Let's see, obviously these are cars you have to be fully committed in, as we saw earlier on, as we come on through. Storming through the track is this GR86 from Carbon Drift team, once again redeeming himself from his teammate and doing it for the CDT boys as we bring it up to the wall on that lovely bank. Obviously this whole track was revamped for season 3 of SVDS, and big thanks to all the staff obviously for providing such a great base for our drivers.
Yes, indeed, Tyler doing a very good job there as the scores start coming in with Brendan Stacey on the line. It's an 86.3, so a nice improvement to that run. So a very nice job there. CDT are coming in strong with that run as we have Brendan Stacey now. Miss Orr, as we know him, Polaris himself, as he initiates onto that wall, but just tapping the wall and kind of giving himself a speed boost essentially. Do you even need more speed on this track? It's already fast enough as he transitions coming towards the bank. Doing a nice job. Did a very nice recovery from tapping the wall there. And as he comes around onto that clip on the end of the bank, doing a very fast last sector here. Keeping it nice and wide. As you can see, that internet is holding on for dear life, but he comes across the line and does a nice run there.
Time zones, what's that?
His time zones are afraid of him.
He might as well be Scottish at this stage. He has been with us for the whole season, as we just get that absolute monster coming up the line. I get scared every time. And I think it possesses all of us at some stage just to say nice things about it. But look, just before it takes over, as we have Omer up on the line and gone from Carbon Drifting. Obviously, like Brendan, you mentioned, he's one of the owners, and he's doing a real nice job in this car, which he custom made himself.
Yes, indeed. Are we going to announce what the name of the car is at any point, or are we just going to leave
it's
it
just
until
the car?
Are we going to announce what the car's actually called at the end of the season? I think we should. He deserves it. He deserves that much. But he's doing a beautiful run there. Look at the wide angle he's doing on there. So the car just not only being baffling to us, but so is that run.
Yeah, definitely playing a little trance on us there. Its movements were so amazing. But it's an 81 there. Hypnotic, that's the word. But obviously the car doing a real nice job. He did actually tell us, by the way, we're not being horrible. He did tell us to keep calling it the car. I know the name of it, I swear. But we're just going to keep calling it the car. It's just for the memes. But it is now Michael up on the line, currently on a 0, Brandon, with it all to play for.
Yep, that GTA 6 with that beautiful black and white Skuko livery. Flicking him very aggressive as he comes around out on that wide line. Keeping it nice and wide there as he comes around into this nice outside clip. Doing a solid job. Will he make it through this section? Yes, he does. Getting very close with danger, but manages to keep it going as he does a beautiful, beautiful run so far. Transitioning now for the last 2 times once again for his last attempt. But look how close he gets to the wall there, putting it right onto where it needs to be, right on the money and across the line. Beautiful work.
Do you know what? He's driving like a fellow GT86 man, Jack Shanahan. You know, it could be an absolute, it could be nothing or it could be everything. And I think that's a lot to be said. That was a fully committed run, and it was definitely an exciting one for that. And it's an 8. It is an 82.7 there for Michael. So doing a real nice job. And I must say that GT86 looks chef's kiss. So.
So we are going to be moving into an ad break just shortly as we get our drivers into the server for the next last 2 groups, should I say. It has gone very quickly, and
Fast, Brendan.
oh yeah, we hope you have all been enjoying this. As you can see, Mitchell Gibbons there on the right. It's just kind of peering into the track. And yeah, we'll see you shortly.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Show me what you got. Oh,
Is that everything you got?
last turn.
Catch me if you can.
That was great.
That was a good game.
Unlock true experience with GT Omega.
Creo que estoy haciendo.
GT Omega. Stay ahead of the game.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Show me what you got. Oh,
Is that everything you got?
last turn.
Catch me if you can.
That was great.
That was a good game.
Unlock true experience with GT Omega.
Creo que estoy haciendo.
GT Omega. Stay ahead of the game.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Show me what you got. Oh,
Is that everything you got?
last turn.
Catch me if you can.
That was great.
That was a good game.
Unlock true experience with GT Omega.
So,
And you take it. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you do it.
All right, you are very welcome back. It's SVDS round 3. We are so pumped. We're overlapping each other. But here we go. It is Ryan Quill in a VDC S15. So it's great to see some of the public cars being used. Obviously, I think they're a great shake-up, to be honest. I think it's great to see that not everyone needs a custom modeled car with all this stuff. I think it's cool just to see, potentially people on more budget, potentially just getting into the comp scene. And look, obviously, it's open to everyone. There's no licenses, there's no nothing. Just pay your entry fee and you're here to have fun.
Yes, indeed. You don't have to have all the equipment. We have some for you. Basically, a hire car.
Yeah, pretty much. So Ryan Quill in that VDC Public S15, flicking it on in. Obviously, that is the 2JZ one. Obviously, probably the most responsive, I think, out of the BDC 3.0 cars as we come on through. And yeah, Ryan doing a real nice job of showing you don't need all the gear to have the idea. And oh, it just all goes wrong. Commentator's curse as he hits the wall there. Really unfortunate there from Ryan. And hopefully he can tidy it up there in the second one.
I'm glad I went the one commentating. I'm glad I didn't curse him.
Well, I think I'm going to have to lock all my doors extra. Make sure I lock all the doors because unfortunately I think Ryan, not saying that he would, but I think I don't want any backlash from myself. But we promise the commentators do not have any magic that can control the drivers anyway. But here we go. Jordan Riley. Brendan, let's see what he can do in that Corolla.
You'd think it's Ryan Turk, but it's not, as that Corolla is absolutely shredding, just touching the curbs there. But he has got so much pace going into this track. Look how fast he's going, but tapping the wall there, that just proves how fast he's going. Because to get up into that, to get up to the top of the bank like that, to hit the wall, you have to be going fast. And that is probably the fastest run we've seen so far. So that thing is gripped up to max.
Yeah, definitely. See, you cursed him this time. Alright, so it's full of curses. Hopefully no curses for our next driver. It is going to be Harvey Cundy up on the line as we just have that in Impreza, which I can't wait. I just love Impreza as well. But Harvey just saying, come on, get back. Reverse. Oi. And Harvey Cundy, obviously a really good driver, really good friend of mine. He is a 443 Motorsport sponsored driver as well as Form 7 Performance. And yeah, obviously spent a lot of time with Harvey previously in the CarX scene. And I know he is no stranger to Driftland in person as well, servicing for some of the real life drivers. And yeah, Harvey, really nice guy. Oh, there you go, Subaru doing some off-roading. As he is driving a borrowed car from Jason Cave, the guys over at Wild Monkey. So, look, normally 443 Motorsport and Form 7, he's coming over to Wild Monkeys for this round as we just bring it up to Harvey Cundy. Let's see, what can he do? Putting on some really good performances there in the last few rounds. Putting it up to all previous champions. Obviously, I just think back to round one, those bumper-to-bumper transitions. And look, he certainly hasn't had it easy in battles. And he's just shown his stuff in qualifying, really. So let's see, what can Harvey Cundy do as we wait for him off the line?
Yep, Harvey Cundy is now part of Wild Monkeys Drift Team. And yeah, I'm very excited to see how he does in this borrowed car as he is ready to shred as we just wait for the drivers to get ready. But as I say that, the lights go green and hopefully we see something decent out of this absolute curse meister of a car as he initiates and doing a very nice job so far, going very wide, coming around, doing a good line so far. But look at the angle he's pouring on there as he now transitions, coming towards the bank. Coming up with a lot of speed as well. I mean, look at that. You don't really get a sense of speed on the stream, but that is a very fast section. We're just almost missing that clip. He comes around now into the last section, doing a very nice job there of recovering the rest of that line. Coming across the line. Ooh, big angle there. Almost checking up a bit too much, but we'll have to see what the judges think.
Yeah, not a bad run there from Harvey Cundy. Obviously doing all of this as well on a Logitech, which I think is equally as impressive. But Harvey Cundy dropping in a 75. I think I know he would wanted to get a little bit higher, but next up is the only Subaru Impreza on the grid. Obviously, I come from a big lineage of Subaru family, so I am absolutely pumped to see this car on the grid. It's so unique, and this one has an RB under the bonnet, so yeah, look, this is making all the right noises. No boxer noises coming from this one, but plenty of rally heritage, but this time in drifting. So let's see, he is driving it absolutely flat out here. And that buggy is being put to work as he transitions back over now into that final corner, coming a bit shallow into that last outside zone, dropping wheels now. It starts to unravel a small bit here. As not a bad run here, Brendan.
Not too shabby at all. I don't even want to go near trying to pronounce that name. So I will leave that one to you, Luke. That is your mission, but doing a very interesting run there with a very interesting car.
Yeah, definitely. I did actually take a sneaky little peek driving this one because it was so unique, and it actually doesn't handle too bad. The gearing's a bit short, which I think might catch him a little bit out in this track, but overall it's actually a really fun car to drive. And we apologise obviously about the whole naming thing. We are just merely Irish and English. We're trying our best as we have a slightly more common chassis and a BMW coming up to the line.
Yes. This is another name that I am struggling with. I'm trying to say
Dritus.
Yep, in that, I think it's an E92. Looked like an F22 at the front, but I think it is an E92 Eurofighter. As you come
It is indeed.
Yes, so once again, not just RT Riga driving this lovely car, but as you can see here, doing a very nice job from, I think he's Lithuanian actually, looking at the flag on the front of the livery there. But doing a very nice job as he comes around now into that last section of the track. Very aggressive, but look at the angle there. Massive angle, but ooh, dropping 2 tyres, getting a bit too wide. Hopefully, I could potentially zero him, but hopefully not.
And yeah, we're gonna have to see. I don't think it's a 0 for Dritus as we just wait on the line. As this is definitely no stranger. It is an absolute monster of a driver up on the line with Daniel Andreev. I do believe he did podium at the last round of SVDS. It feels like so long ago.
Yes, indeed. It really does. It was quite a big gap between this round and previous round, but we're back here and we're ready to go hard. As Daniel Andreev in that F22. No, it's a 1 series. It's a 1M.
It's a 1 series indeed.
It's a 1M. So many different BMW chassis in this series, in this particular season, as he does a very nice lead line here. So far, Daniel is known for his very technical driving. As you can see here, as he proves it with his current run, getting very close to that wall as he now transitions for the final time, keeping it nice and wide, doing a solid job, keeping it right where it needs to be as he comes across the line.
Yeah, definitely a really nice job there from Daniel, just showing you why he podiumed at the last round and why he's definitely a contender for the championship, especially with 2 of the championship contenders in the top 4 not making it. So we're going to have to see, will he challenge that 95-point run, but just outside of it, it's an 89, but plenty of opportunity for him to jump a little bit more up into that second run. And I do believe it is his IRT teammate in Vitaly Azeev coming off the line now. This is the 2 series, Brandon, I believe.
Yes, so the F22 with that very interesting rear end with a very big flick there as he comes around on that outside line. Once again, just being very precise. The IRT team is very, very concise with what they do. As you can see, doing a very solid job. It almost looks like the headlights are flashing at you when you go up that bump. As they comes down the bank now, doing a very nice job. Not going too deep, getting on that A-line right where it needs to be, like the judges are asking. Doing a solid lead across the line.
Yeah, really nice job. Obviously, these IRT boys showing everyone who's boss, and let's see where he will place against a teammate, because it is the unspoken rule of drifting. You always have to beat your teammate.
Oh yes, indeed. Very aggressive competition between these 2 lads.
So he is currently not beating his teammate. Just saying, he's well in qualifying. You know, it's a really good qualifying score, but yeah, he's not beating his teammate, so it's not good enough. As we do bring it back to Ryan Quill.
See how the Mr. Ryan does with that flash to the headlights. As he gets ready to send that run down, getting very excited.
And just
doing a light test, essentially.
Just to let you know, the current cutoff is 66.7, so plenty of opportunity there for our drivers.
That's a very low cutoff this time.
So Ryan Quill currently sitting on a 0, so he's well outside it. So he has to play a big game here, is Ryan Quill. So let's see what can he do in that S15 Sylvia. Transitioning back over into clip 4 and 5. Up onto the wall, that public S15 being put to work. As you said, Brendan, it's the rental.
Yes, but he's definitely putting it to work this time, pedaling that car around the track like it is been stolen, essentially. But, ooh, just getting a bit caught up there on that last little section, but putting himself across the line. And potentially that could also really see a poor score. But that last little section, it was going so well.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to have to see what way things play out as we wait for the final score, I believe. Yeah, we're still waiting on Alex. And it's a 51.7, I believe, is it? Yes, yeah, it's a 51.7. So unfortunately, that is the end of the weekend for Ryan Quill. But obviously, thanks for coming. And you definitely shown some potential there as we bring it up to Jordan Riley, currently sitting on a 0 with that GR Corolla. Like you mentioned there, Brandon, it's like Ryan Shirk is on the track.
Yes, indeed, and potentially we could see the fastest lap time off the track today as well with this thing, with how that first one went. So we'll have to see how he responds to the first run as the lights go green, Luke.
So here we go, Jordan Riley in that GR Corolla. Love seeing a slightly different chassis, especially a very uncommon chassis in Europe, obviously. These are a big staple in FD. They've been running them for a few years with obviously Ryan Jurek, and I do believe Asbo had a little stint in one as well. As we bring it right up to the wall now is Jordan Riley doing a real nice job, and a really, really cool livery on it as well. The pink and white really coming across very... it definitely catches your eyes. Let's see, what can Jordan Riley do? Throwing on big angle and washing very shallow, and that kind of messes him up. It makes it slightly more uncomfortable getting that last clip, and unfortunately not going Jordan Riley's way. We're going to have to see what way things line up for him as we bring it back up to the line for Harvey Cundy driving Jason Cave's Toyota Super. So clearly Jason Cave built the second one. It's 51 by the way for Jordan Riley. So Jason Cave built the second one of those monsters, and he decided, you know, let's let the Englishman Harvey Cundy wild in it, and it is in the name, Wild Monkeys. So let's see what the 443 Motorsport driver can do as he comes up across the line. Let's see, Harvey Cundy doing a real nice job up into outer 2, flicking it back over on big angle for 3, back over onto the wall now for 4. As look at this view, I just love this view. It shows off the sense of speed that Harvey Cundy is putting through the track. It's putting this car under its paces as he smokes out Driftland here at that final section of the track, rubbing the wall in that Wild Monkeys T80, I believe it is, that Tesla fronted TA80, there you go. And it's not an EV, thank God. It is indeed a big dirty V8, as it is going to be a big score. We're still waiting on one more judge to drop in their opinion, and obviously it is RYZE as usual. So let's see, what will it be for Harvey Cundy? It's an 82.7, so that slots him well into competition. Now next up, it's one of my favourite cars in the grid, that lovely Bug-Eye Subaru Impreza, Brendan.
Yes, indeed. A very, very cool car. The most unique car on the grid, I'd say, as he flicks it in now with that nice initiation. Doing a nice job, keeping it nice and wide there as he comes around into this second outside clip. Doing a solid, solid job. He does a big angle there, going up onto the wall. Potentially could shallow him out on the outside zone, but we'll have to see how the judges look at that, as we don't get the best view. But as he comes around now into the last final section of the track, he does a beautiful job keeping it nice and dialed on the angle.
Yeah, really nice job there in the Impreza, and yeah, obviously a 66.7. I'm not too sure. That will put him fairly close to the drop zone, to be honest. So yeah, he's currently one off the drop zone, so hopefully he will improve and set himself a bit further into competition. Obviously it is currently Bondy, Nicholas Bond in the Omega, another very unique car currently sitting on, but it's a 70.7, bringing himself a nice bit up into 28th position. So will that secure him? I'm not too sure. We still have a good few drivers to go on through. So let's see, it is Joyous now in the E92 BMW, flicking it right up onto the wall, and a really cool livery, just so aggressive is this E92, and when they're done right, I think the HGK body kit just makes him look mean. As he throws on big angle, looking over to the wall, just thinking, right, that's where I have to be. As he brings it right up to the wall. Once again, smoking out Driftland, transitioning back over. And look at this, a real nice job here from... Oh, it just goes all along as he sent it right up.
God.
He goes in over the fence, and that is... 5 minute rule, lads.
I think he crushed a gazebo on the way through there, but...
So, look, we've said that Neil Dawson is usually going for his coffee, but I think he's taking cover now. Because seemingly cars can go flying up into the air. So,
he's the SVDS first. He is the first one in competition to clear the fence into the pits. So,
and as our stream manager there, Blackout, said, he deserves a sticker for that one.
Yes, indeed.
So,
I don't know if can these guys, can everyone hear Blackout? I don't know if they can.
I don't think they can. I thought I'd portray it through the stream for him. I'll speak for him. So look, if Blackout says anything really horrible, don't shoot the messenger. But I'm sure he won't. He's a good guy. But yeah, there you go. The only driver to ever clear the fence. Brendan, I know you had a similar incident, but with a grass bank, but you didn't make it that far.
All right, leave it. Let's not pull that one out. That was in the past. Let's not. It's not about me today.
Look, he took that car was so fast. We always say a fast car is like a rocket ship, but that one genuinely became a rocket ship. But next is another rocket ship. Hopefully won't go flying into the pit. So it's Daniel Andreev off the line, Brendan.
Yep, Daniel Andreev doing a nice job so far. IRT is coming in strong. Oh, wow. It's been a long day for me. I promise you, this run is not boring. I'm just extremely tired. A lack of sleep. It is my fault. But look at this run from Daniel. He is definitely not tired. He is hungry as he goes for the best run he can physically get. Look at the wall run there as he comes around into that last section across that final clip. That was an insane final flick.
Yeah, definitely. Real nice run there from Daniel Andreev. As I assure you, it's more than a 31. I'm sure them scores will be bumped right up as we wait for the judges to drop in, and it's a big one. It's a 93.7, slotting him right into second position. He is here to make a statement, and there you go, Daniel Andreev, look, setting himself right into top 32, and here we go, it is his teammate Brendan.
Yes, indeed, Vitali coming in from a 58.3, so hopefully he can redeem and join his teammate in the top 32, as he does a very good job so far. Coming up the bank, keeping it nice and deep there, really getting close to that wall. Coming off the bank now for the last two transitions, once again for the last time in his qualifying session, doing a very solid job as he comes around now across the line.
Yeah, definitely. It was actually an 86.7, just to clarify on his first one.
Oh.
So, just RYZE went changing, you know. I think he accidentally went to type in the second score. And
he must have forgot to put it in, but...
And it's a 90.7 there for Vitaly Azeev. So, unfortunately not beating his teammate, but fortunately he got a 90-point run, so no complaints there.
Definitely. It has been a very aggressive top 32? It's not even top 32. This shows how tired I am. The fatigue is getting to me, boys. As we're just waiting for our next set of drivers to come up, and it is going to be the final group, Group H.
How have we gotten this gotten through so fast?
It has gone very quickly, and we are just going to be waiting on that. So just bear with us for a quick second. I am going to quickly go and see what is going down in that chat.
Maybe just chug a Red Bull while you're at it. Just, you know.
I ran out of energy drinks. That is the biggest downside, and I am suffering because of it.
So, obviously, you can just see that little spot there where Neil Lawson, once again, is taking cover and drinking coffee at the exact same time as cars go flying up into the air. I think that's a first for a qualifying session, as we just await for a few drivers to jump in. I'm not too sure will we be taking a break quite yet, but I do know that we will not be taking a break, so we're going to come through this thick and fast as we have all night. And I think we have another really exciting set of drivers here, and I do believe, if we can check, the first one will be James Estrella. So, yeah, it's going to be James Estrella, then Ryan Parker.
Do you believe James Estrella is also another Carbon Drifting member as well?
Fair enough.
Or honorary Carbon Drifting member? I cannot remember.
Then Caden James. Then do we have Curlis? I'm not too sure. I'm trying to check over the VCs and the sheet at the same time, see who we have. But we definitely have Larry. We have Larry Gishwa and Jake Davey as well, the young man from Ireland. Then we do have David, and we do have Liam Skehill. So there is everyone left to go in qualifying. And yeah, really excited to see what these drivers can do.
Yes, indeed. We have a lot of Wild Monkeys team members in this qualifying group as well. So this is going to be very interesting. Just going to give myself a little stretch off the legs, as I know I'm getting excited now. As we get closer and closer to the end, I'm getting closer and closer to going to Wetherspoons to have a nice bit of scran to finish off the evening before we go to top 32 tomorrow.
What's your drink of choice?
Oh, probably a nice dark fruits, to be fair. I'm very typical. But
fair enough.
I can't because I'm driving. So I've got to probably a Pepsi.
0-0.
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably go for a cherry Pepsi, to be fair. I do love a good cherry Pepsi.
Ooh, controversial.
I've got a very weird thing for it at the moment. But then also at the same time, I could get a monster and try and wake myself up. But then why would I do that when I need to go to sleep? I'm so like undecisive, but it looks like the grid is more undecisive of where they need to be right now from the looks of this.
Because if I'm not mistaken, Jake Davey, who's a nice few runs off, is just getting himself nice and slotted in that other rental S15. So let's see what James Estrella can do as we just await for him on the line. There he is. There he is. In another VDC public car. So obviously VDC is just renting these things out like hotcakes as we just await for him to all of our drivers to get sorted and for him to send it.
Look at that car. Very red. Very VDC.
It is red indeed.
Yes, 15.
Very 2J.
Yes, indeed. But look at that. There's a compact. A very, very Driftland car.
Very. Yes, very. That's the word of the night, very. And we do actually, might I add, we do have a Stuart Mclellan 36, one of our amazing partners of SVDS. So, look, Stuart's even renting cars out for SVDS.
Times are tough.
Oh, look, these running a drift car certainly isn't cheap whatsoever, so maybe renting it out is the best choice.
Essentially.
And,
That's the best way to test the car, maybe.
oh yeah, definitely. Just, have fun. Yeah. I don't want to pay for it for a weekend. Have fun. As we just await now.
Just waiting. As the lights go green.
So,
Mean. Did you like that round?
I really like that now. I think Eminem it will be shaking in his boots now. Top 10 rappers that Eminem was afraid to diss. So here we go. James Estrella is off the line in that VDC Public S15 as we transition back over now up onto the wall. This is a fast lap, especially for a public car. So let's see what can he do as he brings it up across into that big Manji straight as he transitions over and back. Look at the tyre marks laid down from tonight as we flirt with the wall and now flirt with the edge of the track. As just could have been a little bit wider for my liking. I like seeing the fine margins there along the white line. But look, he got that last outer zone and a really nice run there from James.
Indeed. Like, James in practice has been very on it as well. So he is no slouch. I definitely think people are going to have to keep an eye out for him in this round.
Yeah, definitely. And here we go, the most Driftland car here at Driftland. It is Ryan. I do believe he actually drives a compact in real life as well. So potentially this is great practice for him in real life, having an identical car for the sim as well.
Yep, this is a replica of his real compact that he drives at Driftland. And it is the E46 compact, so it's a very interesting front end.
Controversial car.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the 46 compact, but clearly it's doing its job. Look how he's riding the outside line. He's got it perfect. He's got it dialed as he comes around out into that second. Oh, but the wall. How do you hit the wall with a compact? I don't get that. I
He just made the compact more compact.
I was going to say that. I swear they're invincible to wall taps.
Well, look. It is now the compactor. It is more compact than it was before. So here we go. Here's the car that confuses everyone, even more than the TA80. So it is not a new 3 Series. It is an E92 with a new 3 Series front. It's a Wild Monkeys car. What do you expect? And look at that wall run there from Caden James as we transition over and back. Brandon, I think this is going to be a big run here from James.
Potentially, yes. James, Caden, oh god. Caden is very talented. He's been putting a lot of work in this season. The difference between his driving from earlier in the season to now has been increasing so much. And he is also one of the original members of Wild Monkeys who has done a lot of the modelling for pretty much all of the cars. And he's got, once again, unlike Harman Drift Team, they do a lot of car modelling themselves. So if you want to go and check them out, they have been doing very well, and they make high quality models that are more out there, to say the least.
Yeah, definitely. If it has the normal front in it, like what is on the line now, they won't have it. It needs to have the weirdest front ever. And yeah, pretty much just if you look up front end swaps in the dictionary, then there's just a picture of the Wild Monkeys logo comes up. But anyway, one of our amazing partners here with SVDS, Stuart Mclellan Motorsport, one of his 36s is up on the line with Larry. So obviously this car is available for all drivers to use if they choose to do so. And this man himself, Larry Gushwa, I do believe he's new to SVDS at least this season. He decided to take it up. He's like, you know what, I'm going to drive this absolutely amazing E36 because as a E36 man myself, I think there's an amazing car, great car.
Oh yes, and it is an S58 in that as well. So it's not your typical engine package for those BMWs. And obviously it's a replica of the real-life Mclellan Motorsports Pro car that has been seen in IDC and other events, as Larry is handling it very well because it's definitely a car that's to handle. As I say that, commentator's curse did hit him a bit, and but yes, proof that this car is not the easiest to handle.
Yeah, definitely. And here's a good buddy of mine, Jake Davey, up on the line in another public car. Obviously, he drives in the Irish Drift Championship in real life. He's a really nice S14. Obviously, check out Davey Drifting to check out him, his brother, and his father's drifting shenanigans. I got a few little practice runs in with him, and he's a really good driver. Really good driver is Jake Davey. And I know this will translate over. He's been doing a nice SVDS season so far, you know. He's been thereabouts. I think he's just waiting for a big result, and excited to see what Mr. Davey can do as he leaves the line.
Well,
and here we go.
Said that at the same time. Well, it's time to see what Jake can do. Hopefully he doesn't end up in Davy Jones' locker. Terrible. But he's pedaling that S15 perfectly around the track so far, with a little bit of a lag spot there, but he manages to keep the run going. Doing a very, very good job. Putting around down off the bank. Potentially a B to A line. We'll have to see what the judges think, but look at that wall run. Keeping it nice and wide there. Nearly dropping tyres, but perfect on the dime as he comes across the line.
So yeah, real nice run there from Jake Davey. I think you're seeing a lot of progress. Obviously, Jake Davey is really young. I think he's only 14, I believe. I know he's only in around them. He's only around that age, anyways. You know, he's rather sprightly, especially compared to myself. Anyway, you know, even though I'm not far off. He's a bit younger. You know, he's a Davey. They start really young, but I know it's definitely a big thing for a driver, especially in real life, to have plenty of time on the sim. But anyway, here's David Laxo in a non-public S14. I think this is the best looking S chassis. I just love the S14, and he's making this car look absolutely awesome as he comes up around the track. Look at this now from David, putting it all on the line, rubbing the wall. And yeah, real nice job here so far from David as he transitions over and back on big angle and right out to the white line, exactly what judges want to see. And yeah, Brandon, real nice job here so far.
Yep, David putting on a solid first run there, as he has been active in the chat, in both drivers chat and in the stream. He has been a very, very kind person to speak to so far, so we'll have to see how his driving reflects.
Yeah, definitely. It's really good to see a lot of the new drivers coming in. You know, drivers that we mightn't have seen before, and a lot of these guys are making an impact. Obviously, it is an 81.7 there for David, so he's definitely putting himself in as a driver to watch here for SVDS. And now it's our final run of the night, or one of our final drives, and these guys need to go a second time. But it's Liam Skehill with probably one of the only Wild Monkeys cars that actually has the front that's supposed to be on it, Brendan.
Yes, that Saw is a very cool looking car, as you can see there with the aggressive munching teeth on the front end. But as he's trying to pedal it through that section, look how fast that car is going as he comes around out into that final outside section, and he's doing a solid job. That Saw is doing bits, and as he comes across the line, I'm guessing he's going to be decently happy. But I know what Liam's like. He will not go beyond anything but perfection, so he's going to be aiming for the best he can physically do.
Yeah, definitely. And if you are curious, the current drop-off in qualifying is 72.7 with Michael Trabb, so
it's not bad.
James Estrella, he has to improve here. He's only 3 up with a 73.7, so let's see what can he do to improve and potentially further himself there into the qualifying bracket, get himself a better battle and guaranteeing himself into top 32 action.
What did Liam Skehill get for his previous run?
Liam Skehill, if I can check, hold on. Liam Skehill, he got an 81.7. Oh no, they're still debating it. That was David Lax who got the 81.7. Whoops.
So we are
Can-
just waiting. So we are just waiting for our judges to get a final decision on that score, as they are reviewing the initiation, from what I've been told. So we will get back. We will keep feeding the information as we receive it. As I pull up my lovely Moser handbrake that is sat on my desk and not on my rig, because it can't be on my rig.
I will say that is top tier handbrake choice. I have one myself and it's very comfy.
They are so good. The spring, like the retention on the spring is stunning. It feels nice and smooth, and it is very responsive as well. The sensors are top notch, and the build quality is full metal as well. So it is just a beautiful handbrake to own. Same with the new shifter as well, the sequential shifter. I've also got that, and that has been working wonders for me. I'm very happy with the quality of the machining on every component, as you can change a lot of parts on it. It's very adjustable, as you can change the hardness of the actual way it loads and lets go. It's very cool. And it is 73?
76.3 William scale.
I'm glad you're here with me. I'm not able to function.
You're a small little bit dyslexic.
Yes, I had some drivers chat asking, saying that I had, where is it? Somebody give Brandon a ton of coffee on IV form. I do not disagree with that, because that is how I feel like I need to be right now.
So we are back up on the line with James Estrella, currently sitting on a 73.7. Looking to improve. Obviously, he is pretty much down at the cutoff, and the way some of these last few drivers are going, I don't think that's enough to hold him. So we're gonna have to see.
Yes, indeed. As James now initiates in, nice smooth initiation there, making sure he doesn't go too crazy. He doesn't want to zero his run by making contact with the wall, but keeping it nice there as he comes around into the first sets of transitions, keeping it nice and smooth, good pace. Getting up on the bank perfectly there. Coming around now as he comes down the bank once again. Ooh, just tapping the wall as he comes off, but hits a bunch of speed. But coming around now into that last outer clip. Coming across the line, and nice work there from James.
So just waiting on the judges' score to drop in, as we get our next driver up on the line in Ryan Parker. Ryan P himself in the most Driftland car ever, I think.
To be fair, I don't think you can get more Driftland, and it's got a Scottish flag on the top, so very patriotic.
Big props, big props. So here we go. It's the compact. Ryan P is off the line. Look at this initiation. Obviously, he has no back end whatsoever, so he can dig himself right up into the wall. And let's see what can Ryan Parker do as he continues on this lap in through the next few clips. On to 4 now and up to 5 on big angle. I think this is the fastest compact E46 has ever gone.
Yeah, I've got to agree with you there. I'm surprised. It is a very scary car to drive, to be fair. They're not the easiest to handle. As he comes around now very wide there, almost potentially dropping wheels, but very nice finish.
Yeah, definitely really nice job. Obviously, the commentary's slowing down a bit. You know, we're so tired after screaming our heads off about all these amazing runs. So, look, we're taking a bit more. We're chilled out a bit more.
I need them.
You know, we're chilled out. You know, we're just relaxing, feeling all cool.
Honestly, if I relax too much, I feel like I'm going to pass out.
But look, we won't turn it into golf commentary just yet. We will be still fairly pumped up. But these drivers need to give us a reason. And currently sitting with an 80, plenty of reason to give you motivation. Here we go, Caden James to improve his 80. Let's see what he can do. That Wild Monkeys Drift Team E92 with a newer M3 front. So let's go, Brandon.
This very nice initiation so far from Caden, going very deep from the get-go. That's what we want to see as he comes around now into the first transition. Doing a nice job through those clips as he comes up onto the wall now. Coming up the bank very deep. Look at that. I think that's the deepest anyone's been up on that little section. As he comes around now into the last sets of transitions for the final time of his weekend in qualifying. Coming around with an 80 to start with, so let's see how the judges think of this run. Will it be higher? Will it be lower? I don't know.
Yeah, definitely all the commitment in the world there, so No fear of him there. Let's see what it'll be, and I think it's going to be a big one here for Caden James. It is an improvement. It's an 84.
Very nice there. As we have Joe Davey on the line, so
We have no Larry. I think Jake Davey, unless Larry is not here, we'll have to get a bit of confirmation. Is Larry no longer with us?
Larry is.
No, he is there. He is there in the Stuart Mclellan. Jake Davey, he's just a real stubborn Irishman. He's like, no, I'm going now. Come on. No wasting time. So here we go. Obviously, the Carrot Karting in Spirit S15. Obviously, his family owns the great Carrot Karting here in Ireland, and he's a part of Davey Drifting. So obviously a real life driver as well. Great guy behind the wheel and outside the car as well. So yeah, Jake Davey doing a real nice job here so far. Really fast in that public car, and no stranger to an S chassis. Obviously driving an S14 in real life in the Irish Drift Championship, and from getting a few little runs with him in practice for the last round, actually, he's a really good driver. You can always trust his line. You can just get right up onto the door and enjoy yourself. And yeah, real nice run there from Jake Davey, looking to improve from his 74, and it's looking like he might. Just waiting on Alex. So it is going to be, drum roll please, a 76 for Jake Davey. So look, pushing him up a bit more in the qualifying order, but it's going to be Larry Gushua in that Stuart Mclellan, one of our sponsors in the Mclellan Motorsport, which you just see there in the bottom right hand side of your screen. It was nearly scripted that time, but let's see. Larry doing a real nice job here, just showing how good of a car this is. I know Stuart is really generous there to lend his car virtually.
I mean, he loves that car to bits, so it's not easy for him to just let someone else drive it. But almost tapping the ball there with the, as you can see, they're putting a lot of aggression on this final run. Doing a very nice job as he comes around across the line.
Like you said, a lot of aggression, but I think, first of all, you're driving that monster of a car with the huge spoiler. Normally it doesn't work on E36, I think it does here. But normally you're there just thinking, right, I'm at the end. This is going to be the last thing people see. I just need to put on the biggest show. I need to be the full stop at the end of the show. But let's see, is this what David will be doing? And Liam then after. Let's see. Brandon, what do you think?
Oh, well, I have a soft spot for S14s at the moment, so I'm a bit biased, but let's see how he does with that big angle initiation there, going very wide, keeping it nice and tidy so far. Almost copying how they... Oh, I can't remember who did it now. I think it was the Compact. But as he comes around up onto the wall, doing a very nice job on the outside zone. Keeping it really smooth, though. Very nice run as he comes around, almost taps the ball. Very nice proximity to that ball. But big angle transition there as he comes around towards the last section of the track and comes across the line. That was very in your face.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, you're trying to make that full stop. You're just trying to say, yeah, I did that. As it's an 87 there for David Laxo. So real nice run. And here we go, Brendan. I didn't think we'd get to this point. It's our final run of the night.
Yes, it is indeed. Liam Skehill from Wild Monkeys Drift Team finishing up the qualifying session, and let's see how he goes in that very aggressive looking Sora as he goes around into the first transition with the teeth off the front of that car, ready to bite off anyone that gets in the way. But he makes contact with the wall, but he manages to keep it going. Very nice control there from Liam Skehill as he comes around for that final transition. That's I perk up for the last run of the night, and he throws it to the 360. Very nice there. He knew he had to shut it down, but he wanted to go out in style in true Wild Monkeys form. Very nice performance there, putting on a show for all of you. And
all the teeth.
Does that
all the Sora.
Very, very interesting way to finish the qualifying. And where is the drop zone? Did Liam make it? That is the question.
I do believe he did, yeah. He did indeed make it. He's in 25th position, so...
Oh, so he did that 360 for show. What a show off.
So it is Nicholas Neutschel on the drop zone, so he just about made it in with that 74. Actually tied there at the bottom with Dominic Bergman, so... Which means your top qualifiers of the night is Cameron Mustard with his amazing 95.7, Daniel Andreev with a 93.7, and finally his teammate, Vitaly Izaev with a 90.7. So all the 0.7s there in the top three.
Beautiful, beautiful work from all of these drivers. And was it Dominic Bergman is under the drop zone, or is he in the drop zone?
He is in the drop zone. So he's tied with Nicholas. They both have 74, so they're 31st and 32nd. And both of them actually on a 0 in their second run, so they're identical.
That is
They basically
crazy.
did the exact same thing.
He must be sweating after that. But yes, what an interesting qualifying group that was. And unfortunately, I couldn't make it for this one, but I've enjoyed this. It was a good qualifying session, and everyone's gone hard, and we'll see them all in the top 32. So well done to everyone that's done that. And what did you think, Luke?
Oh, I think it was amazing, to be honest. Definitely one of the most interesting qualifying sessions I've seen. You know, we've had it all from the massive scores to just the big upsets as well. Obviously, a lot of drivers not making it where we thought, you know, and I think this championship is wide open now, obviously, with a few drivers not making it in. And yeah, I think tomorrow is going to be a huge show, to be honest. I can't wait for it.
Yes, indeed. I agree completely. So that is going to conclude our round 3 qualifying session at the Scottish Federal Drift Series in Driftland, Scotland. So I've been Luke. I'm not Luke. You're
I've
Luke.
been Brandon. You've been... Wait, what? No, other way around. Let's turn that upside down. I've been Luke. He's been Brandon. And this has been SVDS. Thank you all so much for watching. And big thanks to all of our partners here at SVDS. And big thanks to all of our staff. Obviously,
Yes.
all the judges and Blackout for keeping the stream absolutely amazing. He's been doing a stellar job all season. All 3 seasons, really, at SVDS. And overall, thanks for watching. And we'll see you all tomorrow for the main event, Top 32.
Same time, 7 p.m. UK time. Thank you all. We'll see you then.
Creo que estoy haciendo.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Show me what you got. Oh,
Is that everything you got?
last turn.
Catch me if you can.
That was great.
That was a good game.
Unlock true experience with GT Omega.
GT Omega. Stay ahead of the game.